Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Charismatic Mystery. Tonight we're playing a game overlay. Fantastic. How you do?
Hello.
Woo!
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
All right, my man.
Yeah.
It just overflows.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, what happened last time? Cookie.
Oh shit, yeah, it's my turn. Okay, so last time, after being, quotes, invited into a little ball studies organized, we met Chad, who's it's not his real name, but he has some connection with Illyria, and he knows her, and he's been paid by someone who he doesn't reveal to get her back from the mists of Barovia. But he was caught, and now he's being basically strong-headed into being a bodyguard for Illyria, which is something that what he kind of wished to do, so it's actually pretty convenient. Anyway, so we were all waiting in our little cozy hotel room in Hotel Barovia, and first things first that happened is that Hamartia took Nyx into a private conversation where they had a little bit of banter, and then she warned Nyx that her mother dearest, Morgantha, one of the hags, will probably be in the ball. And she warned him because she didn't want him to lose his shit once he sees her. And Nyx was distraught by this news and basically responded with, okay, I'm not going to throw a hiss fit, but I'm still going to be edgy about it. And yeah, we had a bit of a heart-to-heart, a bit of a soul-to-soul. And afterwards, Hamartia ordered 4 big chocolate chip cookies, apparently. Okay, so they arrived, and by then, after some after being very suspicious of said chocolate chip cookies, Leah and Nyx are sketching the surrounding area from like the window in her bedroom, and they started talking about, hey, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me about this? What do you want to do? And they kind of reach a deadlock, I think. Like the conversation went a lot of ways, but they didn't manage to resolve anything, and it was kind of disappointing. But yeah, they talked, and there's a bit of tension there, but they still care for each other, and I think it was really great. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. Fuck. Okay, so sometime later, Nyx actually bothers to visit the bathtub and finds that it's a magical bathtub, which is always hot and clean, which is great. So we started bathing, and Nyx went in first, and then he went out with his like schnozzle exposed, and people didn't really seem to mind it for some reason. But okay, I mean, maybe it's a Swedish, maybe it's a Barovian cultural thing, I don't know. But yeah, but a certain someone in the party was curious about what's that meaty horn that he has between his legs. So then
Please don't call it the meaty horn.
Oh,
okay,
God.
but there was a bit of
That's
like
the name for it now.
Shit. It was like a bit of a sex education lesson for Hamartia there, I think. And she learned of the existence of the human phallus, which is neat. So all of them bathed, and it was really fun. And after that, we got our little costumes ready. So, first things first, Hamartia was the first, and she basically dressed as a Soul the Moth, if he was a Disney presence, which was great. But then Nyx absolutely outplayed her with this magnificent garb, which I don't really wish to recall because it's really detailed. You should probably see this for yourselves. It was really great. But he does wear a porcelain white mask, and it's like really cool. And Illyria doesn't go too fancy, but she goes with like a slick suit, a really nice tuxedo with a golden vest. And all of them look decked out except Fad, because he was like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. So we went into the ballroom, but Fat didn't because he's not allowed, because he's not cool enough. So he stayed there for now. And he doesn't have to do anything with the firewood that wasn't in the session. Okay. So Radin picked us up and we went into the ballroom. We got into the ballroom and there were approximately 30 very important people there. And they were all staring at us because people just announced us. Like, hey, look, they're here. And we're like, oh, cool. And we started talking again. So first thing first, Nyx goes to Dorenia, Aragon, and Neon. And they start talking a little bit and it's like a really awkward school reunion. And
A what reunion?
school reunion. Like, okay. But Nyx isn't
Not quite.
too thrilled to see them, I think.
I guess. I mean, they kind of left on prickly terms. What with Nick's previous is interaction with Dorenia is I'm gonna straight up murder your ass. But
Yeah, so like school reunion, basically.
I get basically.
Sure.
No, in America maybe.
Okay, and that was really awkward, but then like Nyx had the last word and just went away sassily, and that was great. Second things first, Hamatia goes to Mother Dearest Morgantha, an ugly-ass hag, which is right now young and beautiful and has that like big energy. And they started basically going off on a sass-off, which really fits the relationships. And Morgan was like, yeah, I'm proud of you, but you should have done so sooner, and I want to kill you, and I'm going to go first, I'm going to kill you first. And yeah, they went off merry way. And so another awkward reunion there. And then Illyria was being gossiped by some, like, mean girls, I guess. They're like, oh, Martin, why is Illyria? I mean, Star can do so much better. What was the thing? And then she goes immediately to Lady Varta, because that's literally the only person she knows there. And they started like talking up, but like, and Lady Varta was like, ooh, what political savvy, which doesn't deny or or confirm. And they start talking a bit there. And she goes about a conversation about the current state of Alaki after leaving it. And yeah. Okay, after that, Nyx meets 3 other people. The first one is known as Lady Elsa, Prince Ariel, and Baba Lysaga. She who reveals herself to be not only just a hag, but the hag queen, the hag of hags, the crag hag, if you like.
The hag of hags,
The hag
queen
of
of the night, the mistress of rituals.
Haggy Mummy, yeah.
Don't call me that.
Okay.
Please.
And no, it's actually she's and she says that she's like
Now
the
it is.
hag of hags, and that she looks after Strahd, which is intriguing. All of them seem to be less interested in Nyx and more about Lady Illyria. And they all of them mentioned the differences between Tatiana, which allegedly is Lady Illyria's past self, to the actual current Lady Illyria. Specifically, the lack of confidence or fortunes in the physical kind. Nyx tries to gather some information himself. And he learns that all 3 of the people present there actually attended the wedding centuries ago, which went really wrong, and now we're here. Hamatia has a very awkward conversation with Kira, which is the chieftain of the werewolf tribe that they encountered a member of beforehand, and Kira very reluctantly apologizes to Hamatia about the whole shebang that happened there. And Hamatia doesn't really know how to react to that, so they just go off in like the most awkward conversation in an awkward night already. And then Strahd makes an entrance, but he doesn't look like regular Insel Strahd. He looks like Chad Strahd with like a nice beard, and he's really hot. And all of them all of the people try to get his attention, and he's like, no, I want to dance with Illyria, and he offers his hand to Illyria. And Delia takes his hand and now we're dancing, and that's where we left off.
What the fuck?
Yeah, technically it's true.
Yeah.
Technically.
That's kind of correct.
Interesting inflections, but sure.
Whoops. I mean, it was.
No,
I
it
think-
works. It works.
I think it was better than like most of my recaps.
I think it was great.
Yeah.
It was more concise, I think. I didn't like. Sometimes I would say something which is like completely false, but this time I actually didn't. So,
You added some creative liberties, shall we say?
I don't know what you mean.
Sure.
I mean, she didn't deny being the crag hag.
Oh god. Let's just move back. To where we were. Jesus Christ. Okay. The world twirls by in a rush of silk, glitter, marble, and light, and illusionary flower petals in a rainbow of colors that slowly dingle down from the doomed roof above but dissipates just before they hit the ground. Soon after that, the crowd has watched Count von Sadovich and Lady Lyra Feathermore dance 2 rounds around the ballroom floor, with a mixture of emotions playing on their various faces. The crowd joins in on the dance. When watched from above, it's a great spectacle of cloth, gems, and skin that spin like glittering constellations on top of the deep royal blue marble sky. Strahd smiles charmingly down at Illyria, without wavering. The only thing you can see underneath his golden mask is his mouth, the stubble, and his deep crimson eyes holding yours steady. Hamaria, on your side of the ballroom, you see 2 shorter women. They're... Oh, where did it go? Here. It's the situation here. You see 2 shorter women who one is dressed in a deep crimson dress and a steel mask, and the other in a puffy fairy tale lavender princess dress with a purple mask that is absolutely covered in gems and tiny lavender bows. They approach a stately young man dressed in a 2-piece light brown leather outfit with a mask shaped like a fox with a border of tiny red feathers around it. At the same time, they're surprised, look at each other. Then the girl dressed in the red dress immediately grasps the lavender girl's throat and throws her away, and she skids to a stop on her rump. After a hiss with the teeth exposed, the debacle is over. She all but grabs the young man's arms and forces him into a dance with her. The lavender dress girl stands up, straightens out her dress whilst trying to recover her dignity and her mood. She looks up into your eyes, Samardia, as she looks around for a dance partner, not seeing anybody that is legible than you. So she gives you a shy smile on her rather sweet features, and she holds out her hand to you.
I gently take her hand.
She whispers a quick, "Thank you," and you two join the dance as well.
You're welcome, my friend.
Oh, it's alright. It's okay. I shouldn't have assumed. I mean, Miss Valenta, of course, should get the first dance.
Oh, is there some sort of hierarchy here that I should know about?
Oh, of course they all have, their titles and things like that.
What name do you have, my lady?
Oh, I don't have any titles, that's what you're asking. Oh, thank you so much for dancing with me. I have no idea how you are, but you just look so lovely, a little bit like me, actually.
Thank you, yeah, I see the similarities between our garments.
Everyone
I didn't ask
else
for
is,
your title, my
so
lady.
sleek and all, but I really wanted to feel like a princess, even though I'm not, but you might be. I'm sorry, am I calling you the wrong thing? Am I being disrespectful?
No, just call me Hamartia, please.
Oh, just Hamartia has no title to that at all, huh?
No, I am like you, my lady.
Oh no, I am such a klutz and a tits. Wait, didn't, the steward Raha didn't call you out to be the daughter of the Knight Apostle? That's so cool! Does it give you, some kind of title? Like the Junior Knight Apostle or something like that?
Maybe I'll have to check out with my mother later. But we're not really settled on an official title yet. But, yet again, I don't know your name.
Oh, I forgot to say that. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I can be a little bit forgetful. It's Gertruda. Yes, Gertruda.
Nice to meet you, Gertruda. Can
You too, you too.
write that down, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice, thank you. Well, Gertruda, I'm just here to have a nice time, so let us dance.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Us two together.
Okay, I will take the lead, actually.
Ooh, how dashing! She gives you a wink and you continue twirling.
Hamartia blushes beneath her mask. Ah. Actually, the little dingly dong in her hair, on the side. A little bristle.
Okay. Alright. Nix. You can see your companion, Lady Elsa Fulana von Twitterberg, send inquisitive glances towards the couple of honor, Canstrad and Lady Lyria, as everyone on the dance floor is kind of giving them a bit of a wide berth, some space. Then she sighs deeply, flicks her immaculate, sculpted 1920s locks out of her face, grips you a little bit tighter, nails you down with her forest green eyes. Honestly, it's chilling to see someone resemble Lady Tatiana so well in the flesh. I ask you, so you can help my fading memories. What is your opinion on her ladyship, my dashing young Vistani?
My opinion on her ladyship.
Yes, of course. You've spent some time with her. Is she as dazzling as the rumors say so?
Well, it's hard to say. Lady Elsa, I don't know what the rumors are. After all, I've been with her, so I cannot say what. How about you illuminate me on such rumors, and I will clarify whether or not they're true.
Well, it was some time ago, but the old Lady Tatiana, she was quite a warrior, quite stubborn-headed, and, well, it was a hard time understanding how she was thinking. Is this, in any way, reminds you of, this current Lady Lyria?
In the sense that she seems to make decisions that don't really feel like they're thought through? Perhaps. Lady Illyria comes from a different place. Things worked differently outside the mists.
Oh, yes, there's something about the Protectorate. How quaint. To have dwarves in control. It's quite comical. It sounds like a comedy that I could have starred in my heydays.
It was an interesting perspective to look at when I was briefly outside the mists. But I was not alive when Lady Tatiana was, so I cannot draw a direct comparison. Perhaps you can offer some insights in terms of what she was like back then.
We didn't really move in the same circles. She rather disliked my trade of choice.
Your trade? Did I ask what you were involved in, Lady Elsa?
You're not aware of who I am?
I am but a lonely Vistani, Lady Elsa.
How the mighty has fallen. This is just... Oh, it's a tragedy. Oh,
It seems like you're...
I am the Lady Elsa Falana on Twitterberg.
But of course, you see, it was...
My name soared over all of the archipelagos that I deemed to grace with my presence. I am the actress of the ages, the dame of centuries.
Really? Well, you see, I'm somewhat of a storyteller myself. I do have
are?
a certain presence. Absolutely.
You do have good taste, I must say. So, you know, you Vistani are awfully talented. It's such a shame you lead such short and inconsequential lives.
When she says that, can I do like a dance maneuver and like a deep dip?
Yeah, there's a little bit. Woo! Did I hit a nerve there? I must apologize.
No, not at all. I was just showing you my talents.
Speaking of your talents, you seem to be rather careful when speaking about Lady Lyra furthermore. Do you have any more intimate opinions about her?
Why do you ask, Lady Elsa? Are you jealous?
Oh shit!
Scusa, che
Fired. Damn.
Well, I'm not jealous yet. The night hasn't ended yet, and I haven't finished sampling all of your talents to analyze if you're actually my type. But I can sense there's something in your body language.
I don't like being upstage, Lady Elsa. I'm sure you can have the same sentiment.
Ah,
And here we are dancing, and everyone's looking at Strahd and Lady Illyria. When they should be looking at us, no?
oh, I know that all too well. Be part of my personality that I ought to get rid of, but I am too in love with.
I quite like it.
I'm gonna do an empathy composure with this to see if she believes you to speak the truth. So you can do a persuasion or a deception.
What is she specifically? What part?
She's seeing if you were truthful in the inflection of your voice when you spoke about that your body language towards Illyria is that you don't like being upstaged.
Okay. I suppose it's because it's hard body language with the whole mask and everything, so maybe it's verbal. So
Yes, manipulation for sure.
Persuasion.
That's persuasion? Okay.
Do they hunger for undeserved power?
Alright. She doesn't mention it of it anymore, and you said lastly that you quite like this bad streak in your personality.
Wouldn't necessarily call it Bazbek. It's more like a thespian streak.
Ah,
There's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Thespians, they kind of have that same sort of drama that comes with them.
She giggles a little bit.
Ja, Tempest är mycket bättre. Att börja med att visst
Out of everyone here, well, I don't know that many people. Perhaps you would do me the honor of being my escort this evening to introduce me around to the room. That way you can show off your closeness with someone so, by proxy to Illyria. You know how it works. It's not what you know, but who you know.
I think I need to get something quite straight with you, my little Vistani. If I'm showing you around on my arm, it would be as my pet and nothing else.
Oof.
That wouldn't be the first time, but I understood.
Oh no. During my time, it has been a rather common occurrence, but you shouldn't be ashamed.
Fair enough. Well, perhaps I am stealing you away too much. I'm sure Lady Illyria would like to speak to you. After all, once I tell her of your renown and legacy, she might come over to you and say hello herself. That way, it looks like she is more interested in you rather than you her.
Why aren't you the sly fox? She ends the dance, boops you on your nose,
Oh, my mask?
on your mask nose, yeah, and says, "Deal, little one." And she elegantly parts the crowd to go and get herself refreshments.
I do a spin to let my robes fly out and moonwalk out of there.
Okay.
Nix knows how to moonwalk, what's kind of now?
Illyria. Strahd hasn't said anything for quite some time, and silence between you has been dragging on a little bit. He seems rather enraptured in the moment, in the dance, and in you. Then a bit surprisingly, his deep baritone whispers out, barely audible above the music.
Manually.
You cannot fathom the joy this fills me with, seeing you like this. It's so familiar, it almost hurts me. I had to almost challenge you to a duel to convince you to wear a dress to your wedding day. But I think I prefer you like this, unfalteringly yourself.
Illyria seems caught quite off guard by this. I wasn't aware that in my past life I very much held the same opinion on dresses.
It was quite hard to convince the peasants that you were of noble birth, and not only a soldier in the army. Any kind of refinement, even my gifts of Yuri, was hard for you to receive. But I enjoyed teasing you in that way, seeing you squirm and being uncomfortable. It's endearing to me.
I'm oh god, everything inside of me is just screaming right now. What's that? That's so.
You are quite cute when you do not know what to say. Like this. And he twirls you around and, gives you a bit of a dip.
I think Illyria, he probably succeed in Illyria not knowing what to say. I think I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Wow. You dance a little bit longer, twirl a little bit more, and then when you have calmed down a little bit, he continues. I hope you are quite well. I know this can be a little bit overwhelming, and I know that this is not your hobby of choice. But honestly, I just wanted to show you off in front of everybody else.
To say you will give me this money.
Well, it seems you're succeeding in that regard. Lyra isn't quite too pleased about the showing off part. Well, I do hope I don't disappoint.
Never. What is your opinions upon my castle, the ball, and the people around?
Oh shit, did actually know
It was certainly different from when we were here the first time.
Yes, I must apologize for the state that I allowed my dwellings to fall to. Honestly, I did not have much to live for, but that has rapidly changed.
That's not healthy, my dude.
I hate how realistically you portray him, Bexxy. That's... Oh, it gives him the fuck out. Fuck.
Well, glad to breathe some life back into this castle of yours.
You cannot fathom what it means to me. And you two continue having a bit of a small talk as you twirl around on the dance floor. There's some partners around that change partners. And the dance continues rigorously as there are servants who kind of weave in the crowd and offers refreshments as soon as somebody seems out of breath or in need to have something in their hand and imbibe. There is served champagne, de la Stomp, Red Dragon Crush. There's also smaller glasses with a amber hard liquid that has a very smoky wood aroma to it. In the meantime, Thaddeus fucking Vance, apparently somebody called you in chat. What are you doing?
I'm just chilling. Hey.
Anything
Sitting.
particular you're thinking about up there?
So I'm probably sitting in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not surrounded by everyone.
Yeah.
Nope. They're gone.
That's figments of my imagination.
Yep,
That's all.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Thad already starting hallucinating.
You wanna kill someone?
I'm just kind of.
I love how you just shoved us in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Ah, no!
Where the fuck did
Just-
Martia go?
Oh, I deleted her. She's dead.
Oh, okay, she's dead.
Okay, so,
Damn. Oh, well. So yeah, I'm just probably sitting on the couch, with an apple in one hand, my knife in the other, just kind of twirling it around,
Okay.
looking at the ceiling, feeling absolutely bored as all hell.
All right. Well, that
For-
boredom ends rather quickly as Helga once more appears and says to you, "I'm sorry to disturb, Mr. Vons, but it's time for you to stand at the ready when Strahd is prepared to present you."
Oh, yeah, no, Thaddeus. Mr. Vance is my father.
Mr. Thaddeus?
Just Thaddeus is fine.
Mr. Thaddeus, please come this way.
And kind of rolls his eyes, puts the apple down, and follows her.
Okay. You two kind of travel in the castle. Down once more. And you arrive on the first floor in that nice lounge. You are walked up to the doors just before the ballroom that has now been closed, and you and Helga are just standing there waiting for some kind of specific cue.
Am I wearing anything?
Yeah, you were given some fancy clothes, which I described to be as a velvet dress coat that reached down to your knees with a wine red frilly dress shirt underneath, and you had a mask that was black but with neon flames around your eyes.
Ooh, alright.
I hope that was alright.
That's fair. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Gonna adjust his mask uncomfortably. So, do we just stand here until the door opens? How does that work?
Until I receive the sign.
And how will you receive it? The doors are closed.
There are incredulous ways that Lord Strahd works, Mr. Thaddeus.
Oh, is it like magic or something?
Something like that.
Alright. And he just takes out his knife and starts picking his teeth. Like, taking a little bit pieces of the apple he was eating before.
Helga gives you the most, like, infected glare. Like, she has been rather calm and happy this whole time, you know, patient, but now she is openly staring at you venomously.
What? I didn't want to do it inside the room. I'm doing it out here. It's better. Trust me. You don't want apple in your teeth when you're talking to someone. Bad manners.
Indeed. And I hope you will seize this action when it's time for us to enter, yes?
Hey. I might look like a fool, but I know what I'm doing. Trust me.
If you say so, Mr. Thaddeus. And she gives a smirk and looks away.
That is absolutely mortified by the thought of a room full of people that he's about to walk into, but he tries not to show it too much. And just kind of taps his foot, puts the knife away.
Okay, good. And about 10 minutes later,
Oh, jeez.
yeah,
Yeah, this is normal.
as Illyria and Strahd has been dancing away, he starts up another noteworthy conversation, where he says, "I must heartfully apologize to you, Lady Illyria, but you cannot only have me for yourself tonight. I do have a number of social debacles that I need to handle. And as Lord of the Castle, it's my duty to dance with those who wishes to dance with me. But I want you to know that when you are in need of me, you need but to call. And the most dance that a gentleman chooses, that's the most important one."
It's also like immensely expensive. Insane.
You just remain quiet during this? Are you muted, Julie?
Julie.
Well, that explains it.
Oh no, the old
Of
TTRPG.
course. There. Taking all of your attention.
I don't want you to chase my attention, but all in due time. And speaking of your attention, and he ends the dance rather abruptly, spins you to his side, and does a single clap with his hands. The doors open, and Helga kinda pushed Thad a little bit into the room in front of her.
As soon as he's pushed in, Thad kinda like straightens his back, adjusts his coat, adjusts his mask in a bit, and steps into the room. Kind of looks around.
Everyone
Taking
at
in
that
the environment.
point kind of pause in their dancing to take a look at you, and you see just a sea of people dressed in fancy clothing, masks over their eyes or their faces, and there are some flashbacks to your earlier life that goes through your head right now.
As soon as he sees that, kind of a switch goes off, and if you could see his eyes, he kind of goes into kind of a lull. He kind of turns the emotions down quite a bit, and just kind of dead faces, and starts walking. Is Strahd still dancing? No, he's not dancing.
No,
right?
he has stopped and kind of holding Illyria's hand by his side. And as soon as he sees you, he says, "Ah, Mr. Vance, you have decided to join us."
He kind of goes up to Strahd and gives him a nice bow. Thank you for having me, sir.
I see that you have improved your manners. Very good.
My manners are quite well when speaking to someone who deserves them, sir.
Note taken. Lady Lyria, I hope that the presence of Mr. Vance here will be of great joy to you.
Of course. I really appreciate it.
Then I shall leave you under his watchful gaze, and you need only to call once more if you would require me.
Of course.
He leans down, kisses your hand, makes a bow, and immediately as he turns away from you, there are quite a few people who like take a step forward and like want his attention. Gertruda dumps Harmardia in a spin and like rushes forward to Strahd.
Yeah, well, as long as it lasted.
Do I see anyone not going directly into Star like a fucking simp?
I mean, there are some people who take note that Strahd has stopped his current engagement, but they see the crowd and they're like, okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna fly. I'm gonna wait. There are some people who like prefers to lurk in the shadows though.
Who's like the most? I don't want to say down to earth, but like who's carrying his nose the lowest?
The least interested? Make me an empathy and composure.
Oh, okay.
There's quite a sea of people here, so it can be a little bit hard to see.
Yeah, okay. Empathy composure, give me a moment, please. Okay. Can I argue that it's no?
Can I argue that it's no?
No.
It's gonna be 21.
Oh, damn! I actually get a pretty good look from where you're standing as people move forward. Kind of leave some people behind. Okay, so the people who seem the least interested in engaging with Strahd is Kirill.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, Rahadin is just standing there, just keeping a watchful eye on everything.
Yeah.
Is this older gentleman over here?
Mm-hmm.
this yellow man over here with the blonde hair takes a step back and seems to turn away from it all. And this lady over here quite rudely steps away from Ariel Diplomat and sits down in the sofa and looks rather bored.
I'm gonna approach a handsome blonde guy.
This guy? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a blondie face.
Yeah, we're gonna put him in the sofa. Just gonna go down and sit in the sofa.
Oops, I like it. Okay.
That's how he looks.
What is he wearing?
I will tell you.
Of course you will. You've prepared for it and you want me to ask it.
Gold down, generated, go.
I thought about them all.
And then like randomly generated
crazy.
suits.
Kind of crazy when you think about it. Blip, 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 blip. Here we are. Okay, so this tall, handsome man with golden blonde hair and piercing blue eyes is dressed in white dress pants, white shirt, and a long dress jacket that goes to his knees in a warm white collar with large blue flowers embroidered into it in a rather loose pattern all over his dress coat. That is of the same color of that of his eyes, which makes them pop even more. His face is covered in a mask that is made out of black feathers.
Ooh, spooky. I'm gonna approach and Marc here will carefully approach him. Carefully,
Okay.
slowly. And before she reaches like conversation distance, she would give him a nice little, not a bow, but like I forgot the name, like
Curtsy?
yeah, a curtsy. See how they are.
He coolly looks your direction and he says with his eyes are kind of like wide open. So he gives him rather this intense gaze, but he
Jesus.
seems disinterested in the same time. Is a very strange dichotomy. And he says in a rather light tone, "What would a daughter of darkness like yourself have to say to me?"
First things first, hello. That's a weird way to open conversation, my lord. I'm afraid I'm not quite
My lord.
knowledgeable about titles and pretenses around here. So I am Meulen.
You are traveling with the poor lady Lyria Feathermore, are you not?
Yes, I do, in fact.
I did not know that I would be able to have a conversation with her so early in the evening, but would you give me a favor and bring her my way? I have something very important to discuss with her. An apology, in fact.
An apology? And
Yes.
who is apologizing?
Indeed, I am in need of repentance.
Who are you?
I will not give my name to such a creature like you.
So how
Bring
am I
me
afraid I
Lady
can't
Lyria
help
Feathermore.
you? Just tell her, hey, this rather intense-looking man wants to apologize to you. And do you think she'll just go willy-nilly?
He nails you down with his gaze, and then he says, "Fine, I can see how that can be unpolite of me. You may call me the abbot,
Oh.
Alright, then, Mr. Abbott. My name is Amartya. I'd say it's a pleasure to meet you, but you've been rather unpleasant. I will see what I can do. You enjoy your evening by then? This time she will give him another person. This time she will not take her face on. She will stare at him directly with the same intensity in her eyes.
Yeah, and he just watches you without saying anything, and he continues watching you as you leave for quite some time.
Do I stare down with him?
Okay, do a resolve saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. Shit. Resolve. How resolve them? Oh, not a resolve. Shit. $13?
You waver before he does.
Shit. No.
The dice have spoken.
And yeah, I will approach Leia, and
Okay.
also one thing Amartya will keep track of is get Itruda's situation to see if she's not being abused or hurt by anyone.
What? Who?
Gertruda?
Gertruda? If she's fine right now?
Yeah, is she fine?
Yeah, well, Strahd seems to have chosen, the crag hag to dance with.
Yes!
Fuck, I have relented. I have chosen Baba Lysaga to dance with.
Okay, who's... Okay,
So Gertruda has kind of like fallen back and is looking a little bit, unsure about herself, and started up a conversation with this man over here.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so Amartya will go to Leia, but she will see an opportunity to speak with Gertruda.
Mhm.
Let's take an interest in her. Okay, that's it for me for now, I think.
Is Sad and Illyria say anything to each other?
Illyria's like seeing Thad go and is like, you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
How about you?
As alright as I can be.
That's good to hear.
Got
Are there people still dancing around?
Fewer now, but yes.
Okay.
Got the first dance with the Count himself, so I guess I should consider myself lucky.
So what's that about?
Okay, I can clarify later. I'm
All
going
right.
to give you the short version. He thinks I am the reincarnation of his, like, bride from centuries ago.
Gotcha. Yep, that makes perfect sense. And it kind of just looks at Strahd with like a what the fuck face under the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to go sit down?
Sure.
We're kind of standing at the door, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to. If you want, like, drinks or back there. Food.
Oh, back where?
She just kind of like points him towards like the sort of like refreshment area.
Ooh. And he just kind of straight bolts there, like classily, like walks, but with purpose towards the drinks.
Illyria just sat down and is like, okay, I guess that's where we're going.
Before Illyria goes, like, since Nyx is around there, and Nyx wanted to talk to this white-haired girl anyway, but, like, if Nyx is near Illyria and they're, like, walking past and stuff, he would mention briefly about Lady Elsa, and that she is who she is, like, and
Yeah.
was an actress and is expecting at least some sort of audience with you, but it's straight up a vampire anyway. So
Illyria is like, I'll make sure to do that once I've made sure Vance doesn't like end up in a food coma or something.
Vance.
That is. I don't know why I said Vance.
Vance
That.
refrigeration. Sure. Okay. I'll let you do your thing.
That just looks for the strongest possible drink that is offered.
Oh, yeah. So there is these small, like, triangle glasses with this amber liquid. They have this really intricate decorative design of like cherry cherry berries and like the leaves on the side and like this frosted kind of thing, and then like a small amount of this amber liquid that is basically a kind of bourbon or a whiskey. Yeah.
Okay, so I take one, down it, take another one, and just kind of hold it. So it looks like I didn't drink a lot, but I actually drank a whole one beforehand. So, and I just kind of put the empty one back on the table. So how's the party going?
As well as a party like this can go. Introduce myself to some acquaintances.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people knew the lady. What was her name?
Furthermore,
That's fuck. Yep, that makes sense. It's a great name. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was your name, I suppose.
oh, you meant Tatiana?
Yeah. Oh, Tatiana. Sure.
Well, that's who I apparently used to be.
That's fascinating how that works. Huh.
I'm sure we can talk about all of that, like,
Later.
at a later
Sure.
date.
That makes sense.
It's quite a long story.
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine so. Well, let's go sit down, I guess. Kind of awkwardly meanders back to the seat.
Yeah, as you turn away from the liquor table, and now the food have been exchanged from the starter of a starter. Now is the first spread of starters, which is this smoked pork soup a la Ardeel. There's a hearty salad, a romaine with like olive oil and red wine vinaigrette, and there's also eel stewed in nutmeg, onion, garlic, anchovy, and port served atop asparagus for starters. And as you turn away from all of that spectacle, there are two girls there who catch your, like, basically stand in your path and gives you both a sickly, sweet smile. The smaller one is wearing this red dress with this steel kind of devil mask with a very high, dramatic, sculpted collar. The other one has a black corset with a black lace that kind of covers rather elegantly her shoulders and some of her cleavage, and then it kind of billows out in this tulle puffy black underdress, and her mask is just this delicate kind of like lace that she covers her face with, exact the same as the one that is over her shoulders. And they snicker a little bit, and they say, it's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Lyra Furthermore, is it not?
The pleasure is all mine, and you are?
Miss Volenta Popovsky, and this is my sister. Ah, I am Anastasia Vakter.
Oh,
Yes, I think you do know my grandchild quite well.
yes, I did help her. Well, little Kuhn Balaki.
I must say, how quaint. I didn't know there was a fashion in the Protectorate that entailed looking like a washed-up servant.
So you're referring to me?
At least you chose velvet, but I don't know what to call this cloth.
Thad looks at her, takes a little bow, and kind of reaches out his hand, and he says, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting, madam. My name is Thaddeus Vance.
Ah, you're the gift, aren't you?
Suppose that would make me the gift, yes.
I don't shake hands with gifts, but I'm Anastasia Vakter.
He
I feel like having a unit or two here.
Kind of gives
more
her,
than a mere gift, but all right.
kind of gives her a sickly, sweet smile.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfectly understandable. And kind of stands back up, straightens his coat,
I also have to build this wall.
and just looks to Leah.
So, is there anything you wish to discuss other than the fashion
Yes.
of the Protectorate?
We have something deeper to say if that's what you want, says the shorter one, Volenta. I've heard some rumors that they believe you are the reincarnated Lady Tatiana. I find that to be very brave. I find you very, very brave, Lady Lyria. I mean, if I were you and the reincarnated former greater warrior Tatiana, I would live my everyday in absolute shame.
Oh, why would that be?
Oh, Volenta, well said. And this also brings up some interesting questions of the existential kind. It seems like it's possible to have the same soul, but your life experiences make you a completely different person, it seems. I wonder what Lord Strahd will do with you when he realizes what an utter disappointment you are.
Well, that is something for Lord Strahd to figure out.
I don't think you're gonna last very long. I bet a gallon of blood that you're gonna be the most short-lived member of the court there has ever been. Oh no, I forget myself. I must apologize.
As far as I'm
That
aware,
record holder was Irina Kolyanovich. But at least she had the elegance to die and wither away in forgetfulness.
don't you dare speak that way about Irene.
Who are you to say that to us? You are not even a vampire. You don't even have standing at this court. Right now you're just a plaything for Lord Strahd.
My, aren't you just charming?
From behind comes this very tall, slender woman who kind of pushes both of them aside. She's dark-skinned and with long ears. She seems to be a garden elf in her earlier life. She is dressed rather exotically, with this deep purple satin dress with golden embroidery in a circle around the neck and going down the length of the dress, with transparent tulle starting from the elbow that opens up into this tulle veil. And she also has This satin is also like mostly covering her hair that is up in a very intricate hairdo, and these curtain of golden beads hangs in front of her eyes, which she uses as a mask. And she clamps both of the other women on their shoulders and says, my sisters, I hope you are doing your utmost to welcome Lady Lyria furthermore to our family. As the long-lost love of Lord Strahd, I'm sure that she will join our glamorous ranks very soon as a true bride of his, meaning that we will be maidens underneath her brilliant command, subordinates to be led with her solid gaze and firm hands. Is it not so, sisters? She looks between the two, who both of them look mortified up at her as realization sink in, and they look at you with absolute anger, and then both of them kind of like storm off whilst talking about something in a language you don't understand.
Illyria was probably like already sort of like scanning for like the nearest sharp object. Like she was so close to just like grabbing that like one by like the collar and just being like, listen here. Which might have gone horribly wrong since they're vampires, but you know. But she's like, oh, I appreciate it.
I'm sorry about their behavior. It's not easy to be replaced when you're young. I hope you have a wonderful evening, Lady Lyria. And she bows deeply, with her hands rather neatly tucked in front of her, and she steps to the side to let you pass.
Anyway, it seems like she would have wanted to talk to her more, but she just kind of like lets her go for now and turns back to Thad and's like, that just happened.
Yep. They seem charming.
Sorry, even
I take it.
than the ones our parents dragged us to.
Yeah. I take it that wasn't your first conversation.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was. That's fabulous. Oh boy. This is gonna be a fun trip. Shall we go back to the seats? I feel like
Yeah,
this is a little
let's have
bit
a
too in
seat.
the middle of it.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think I'm not able to really catch it area midway.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm looking for. Oh, Alea, might I steal you for a moment? Oh.
Sure.
Oh, fabulous, great seeing you here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So, keep guide to your 9 o'clock. The white named Abbott apparently wants to apologize for something. I think.
He... Abbott.
Yep, right there, over there. Tilts her head towards him.
Okay, well, I don't know if you want to come along or have a seat. I think this might be important.
Will it be spicy?
I don't know. And Illyria just kind of like looks towards him. And like,
Currently, he's having like a very low conversation with this stunning woman, but
I'll never end up talking to not Emmett. Illyria's gonna make her way over there, kind of like letting the others decide if they want to come along or not.
I am morbidly curious about this. How about you, Fahad?
immediately. Oh, sorry. Somebody.
I'm just... Yeah. I suppose... I'm gonna go and just kind of stand
menacingly.
Lean against the corner.
Yeah, I mean, you are my bodyguard.
Yep, just leaning
Wait,
against the corner and just kind of
are
watching
you
them.
technically drinking on the job right now?
Wow.
Sure. Hey, I'm classy drinking. It's okay.
But
Like I am
Illyria
right
knows
now.
you're not classy drinking.
But it looks like I'm classy drinking, so it's okay.
Illyria would tell on you, it's fine.
Alright, so I'm just leaning against the wall and kind of listening into the conversation.
All right. As soon as you approach Illyria and he, the abbot sees you, he immediately stands up to his full height, which is well beyond 2 meters.
God.
Oh boy.
And he stands very close to you and looks down onto you with his abnormally open eyes and his piercing blue eyes. He grabs your hands and very, very sincerely, completely turning his back to his companion that's there on the sofa, who's looking a little bit taken aback, as he says, I am so very sorry, Lady Illyria. I have failed you.
I'm sorry, but what do you have to apologize for? I don't think we ever met.
A crime of the worst nature, my dear. I have failed to save you.
How have you failed to save me?
You are now tented and enraptured in the arms of that devil.
Oh my god, no! No!
We're all fucking simps.
You are completely lost to darkness, my child. And if I just had worked a little bit faster and a little bit harder, then I could have perhaps prevented this from happening to begin with. While we
Okay.
all cursed in some way of living out our days here, but you have the single attention of the devil.
Okay, I think... I think we should talk this out at some point.
Whatever you wish, my dear, but know that there is no repentance. There is no true sympathy. There is no glory anymore for you, because you, my child, have fallen into his arms, and it's only going to get worse from here, and it's all my fault.
You know, you said you're the abbot, right?
That's what they call me.
In Kresk?
Yes.
We are sort of on our way there before we were invited for this glorious occasion.
Oh, I see.
So, and Illyria's kind of like quiet down and sort of tiptoe a little, trying to be as quiet as she can.
He continues having your hand in a convulsing grip of his, and he's kind of pulled you close to his body, just towering over you.
Illyria's just how about we have a chat once we hopefully reach Kresk?
We can talk as much as you want, but it doesn't change the fact that there is no repentance for you, my dear.
Why would you say that?
You are going to become like them. A monster within and without, and there's nothing you can do. Just because I was too slow in my work. You better find some kind of absolution in this fact.
You know what? We are going to talk in Kresk. And I will be very much still alive by then.
It's only a matter of time, child. Your doom clock is ticking, and we're closing in on the 11th hour.
And then there's a tower shooting them in the back.
Oh no.
Of course.
But perhaps you could help me with my work. And perhaps by the glory of the old gods, there might be a ray of sunshine. We might be able to steal his attention away for some time, but he has already become completely enamored with you, and not with my creation. Like normal,
Your creation?
like usual. There's no hope, and we're out of time.
Alright, I look forward to seeing you in Kresk.
Walk with acceptance, child. Make your peace.
She sort of just kind of like look, and once again, like kind of like tiptoe and get closer to him and just kind of whispers like, I won't accept this.
Okay.
And then she just kind of like leaves if he lets her arm go.
You hear him talk after you in this rather high-strung, high tone. His last words to you are, the struggle will only bring you pain, and the result is inevitable. And you step away.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'll accompany you guys.
Amartya will approach this abbot guy and look down on him and say,
I'm afraid you're quite a terrible judge of character, my friend. Leia will prove you wrong, and I can't wait to see your face when she does so.
and she will walk away as well.
You mute it, Bexxy?
He only turns his face to you with those big open eyes and says, I cannot imagine myself bringing any kind of credit to the advice of somebody tainted as you.
Oh, of course. You can't see beyond that, can you? You're shallow.
For flanking them here.
You're a shallow person living a shallow life, never truly grasping at reality.
Yes.
I have many faults.
Arrow tower and arrow tower.
That is true. And I repent for them
Piercing
every
tower,
day
and then,
by the bite of my flesh.
Maybe can you try improving upon them if you know what your faults are? You can make yourself better without hitting yourself.
It's all hopeless. I am going to remain like I am, and you are going to remain broken, little Hamartia.
You're gonna get one of my points here.
She looks disgusted at him. Well, it seems like there is no point in talking to a woman.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And please do not approach me.
She walks away.
Okay, to go and get drinks. In the meantime, Nix! Hi!
Hi.
How you do?
Well, I mean, it was a while ago, but you know, probably in like a quick undo of time. Well, I mean,
Yes.
as like everyone dispersed and Strata's like getting all simplified. He was like, go speak to this one who seemed to be bored or not enamored at all by this proceeding. And since she went and sat down, he's gonna go sit down and slump and not like look at her directly, but low key want to figure out, is she your vampire?
Okay. That's the most important thing, eh?
Well, to begin with, like, is she all like fanged up?
Well, you sit down beside a rather well-built woman with hair the color of hair without no color, completely white, and she is dressed in this two-piece like military suit with lapels and epaulets and golden braids and golden buttons and some golden decorations to it, like a rather fancy military suit. But she nails you with this very, very angry golden golden gaze. You don't see any fangs. She is rather pale, and you do know that there are some vampires who have their eyes forcefully turned towards gold or red when they turn, but it can also be a racial trait for some other kind of race as well.
Okay, I'll sit down next to her and I'll just be like looking out over the dance floor, seeing everyone kind of crawl up Strahd's ass and
Nice way to describe it.
yeah,
basically.
and just say it so that she can hear, like, trust the Count to do everything in his power to parade his new toy.
Who do you think you are to sit down beside me, huh?
Oh, well, I am Nix Nevere, and you?
I don't care who you are. You have nothing to do with me, and I have nothing to do with you.
Is that how you always greet new people? It's different, I'll give you that. But you're gonna have to do a lot harder than that to, well, disappoint me.
I'm not aiming to do anything to you.
But you are, my lady. So many things.
I'm just
If only you
trying
knew.
to mind my own business. So, please.
Curious that you would mind your own business at a ball where people congregate to
I
get
did
to
not
know each
choose
other.
this. I did not choose to be here. It just is, and now I have to live through it. So,
Well, you and me both. I am not wanting to be here either, so at least we have that in common, Miss.
you can call me Eris.
Miss Eris? There are forces in play that push against our wills, and I'm here rubbing shoulders with those that I despise most. What brings you here if you are so desperate to leave?
Brings me here. I've been here for 5 centuries now.
And you're done with it? A little bit too much of the same? Well, I can see why you would get bored. When I get bored in nearly 1 week's worth of monotony, I try and make sure that my days are as creatively different as possible.
I'm not bored, I'm angry. Mr. Vistani.
I see. Well, everyone has a right to be angry. And any particular reason why tonight you're angry? After all, there's...
No, I'm
This is
always
it.
angry. And so I'm going to be terrible company, so you better leave now.
Behind Nix's mask, he gives like a short smile and he says, I know anger too. You think that you're feeling as if everything is up against you here. No matter what you do, there's nothing you can do but be angry.
As you have been talking to her, she has been trying to move her mouth the little as possible, but it becomes rather apparent that there are two fangs in there.
And here we are with Strad and this Lady Illyria. I can't imagine you are particularly happy about that either.
You have a lot of enemies in your territory?
Out of curiosity.
She pisses me off. And I've been trying to manage my anger for centuries, but this is not helping.
Yes.
How does she think she had the fucking right to just pop up again in my life? She did all of this. And now she's here again. Revitalized. Gotten a chance to start over? What about all of us? And our chances, huh? You know what? This is a mistake. I'm going out to the god.
It's not too late. As she walks away. Whew. Can I get some sort of feeling here? Is this kind of like a scorned sibling kind of thing? Like this amount of animosity, does it feel like a family kind of thing?
Ooh, make me an empathy composure.
You know, when you get disappointed by your brother being an ass. or are you feeling like, you know, the youngest child always gets away with everything kind of thing?
That's very specific.
Well, let's do it.
Suspiciously specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can have your, your opinions, your assumptions.
I want to use my inspiration here.
Oh god, okay, sure, go ahead.
Because I haven't used it for a long time, so I will do my GM's inspiration, and it will be a 11. So nothing changes.
Well, it does seem very, whatever it is festering. So it was probably some kind of personal thing.
Gotcha. I mean, that's pretty obvious anyway, but
Yeah.
But little bit of spice to go with this sickening sweetness of a shit show. And he will look around to see people. Out of interest, the people at the bottom here, these are the bards, right? They're just playing the music, I guess?
Yes. The musicians that Illyria saw in the prison wagon in the Black Masonic camp.
Well, I don't think Nix knows that.
Nope.
Nope.
They are a string
Like, what?
quartet, and that's why we're listening to string quartet music. So it makes sense.
Ah, smart. I mean, because I heard this girl say her name, and because we know who she is, he wants to well, Nix doesn't know that, but ultimately he wants to mingle until he gets around to hearing that, because there's some stuff there to deal with.
You don't say.
Yeah.
There's quite a few stuff to deal with.
So he will mingle over there until he listening in. He doesn't want to actually talk to, the Hag of Hags. He doesn't want to talk to Strahd. He doesn't want to talk to Morgantha. He doesn't want to talk to this motherfucker over here. and the abbot, of course, but I mean later. So the only true thing is, well, this guy with crystals in his hair or feathers or something like that.
Yeah, crystals.
Seems interesting. Crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that certainly looks interesting. So he'd be like, hey, I know another guy with great hair.
Oh, really?
Oh god. Yeah. So this person here, this eye-catching man is a color play of blue. He wears loose satin pants that transforms from a deep marine blue to a teal color, and then turns to white where it reaches his white slippers. A teal satin shirt is covered by a marine blue tunic with loose geometric silver embroideries that around the end of the elbow sleeve, and also from his shoulders to just above the silver satchel tied around his midriff. His mask is simple but decorated with lapis lazuli stones, and his mid-back long turquoise hair has been decorated with teal crystal prisms that attaches just above his ears. But no, on closer inspection, indeed, the crystals grows from his skin.
I certainly, I mean, personally, and Nyx as well, is gonna be super, enamored by the fact that this guy right here be all sorts of next level horniness, and he will kind of like how he did with Thad, get super curious about his hair before collecting himself and say, my deepest apologies, but I have never seen such wonders with this. And he's wearing a hat and a mask, and he sort of gestures to his head. And I don't mean in a bad way. This is truly magnificent. I don't believe I've ever met anyone of your kind. Forgive me, my name is Nyx Neveray, and I am traveling here with Lady Illyria, one of standing from Tabul. Who might you be?
He seems a little bit overwhelmed at first, and then immediately Gertruda sits up very straight in the chair and go, oh my god, you're like a celebrity, I've heard so much about you, you're traveling around with Lady Lyra Feathermore, she's like the talk of the town, and everyone's talking about her, and she looks so lovely, and oh my god, what the ball chose to come in here looking like a yellow man, and oh my god, you dress so nicely, it's so nice to meet him, study.
I'm gonna put my finger right on her lips. And just move closer towards her face and say, there'll be time for us later.
There's a deep, deep red blush that spreads over her cheeks, and she nods against your finger.
Man, Nyx has a bad reputation to hold. Jesus.
And as
it's quite.
I take my finger, my finger off her lips, and I boop her on the nose, and then look over to.
She holds her nose underneath both of her hands and kind of angles her head down a little bit and giggles to herself.
Apologies.
It's quite alright. Get to the I think I'm going to have a longer conversation with this study. Would you mind? I think Ludmilla is available for some chatter. You can always come and find me later. Oh, a conversation between gentlemen then. I mean, of course I would respect that. Okay, we'll do. Come and find me later then, study.
Can I ask you, looks and I guess Nyx wants to elicit some sort because he knows that she is totally a simp. And he knows how to use his presence, at least, given his skill. He wants to try and elicit some sort of alpha kind of mentality.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He wants to how you have these guys that don't really treat women well, and like the women are like, "Oh my god, he's so great," and they like
Oh,
completely
you want to
ignoring
be a
him.
bad boy? Is that it?
I mean, I guess, but I mean, it's more like
I guess.
I guess he just wants to use like his presence here to say like men talking little girl, but come back later.
Oh, jeez.
But she kind of already did that, but like
Oh, okay.
already saying like, "Oh my god, a conversation between gentlemen, like how cool," and she like went off.
It's boy talk. Yeah, the boy.
No worries.
So she's already groomed it that way, I guess.
Okay.
Yay.
I will take a seat if he's not standing.
No, well, he did stand up.
Okay, then.
To
I prefer to
greet you
stand.
properly, and like he holds out a hand, to shake.
I shook it. It is so shooketh.
Is it not Nyx? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Nix Nevere.
Never.
I do not believe we have been introduced.
No, I am quite new in these parts, but I am settling in quite nicely. Erasmus is the name.
Oh no.
Erasmus, that is a peculiar name for Barovia. Are you from here?
No, certainly not.
May I inquire where you're from, if not Barovia?
It's a long story, my friend. Let's sit down and then enjoy the music together.
Oh no.
Do you have refreshments? A glass of champagne, perhaps? Lord Strahd is quite generous with his wine cellar tonight.
Yes, I have already sampled Lord Strahd's bounties of champagne previously.
Oh, you
And
have?
tonight
How lucky.
I kind of overdid it last time, so I'm trying to not make a fool of myself this time.
Prudent. I didn't think I would get a piece of music from the Protectorate so quickly, but Strahd has outdone himself this time. They're just lovely. Don't you think so too?
I mean, it's not often that I get to listen to a string quartet, if I'm honest. I'm usually more familiar with that of tavern bards or I don't know, whistles.
I must confess, I do not come from that kind of money either. Me and my mother didn't have much. But I was able to steal an ear or two when I worked as a servant for some nobles in the area. The Protectorate is where I come from. But you asked earlier.
It's interesting that you're able to come and go as you please, or are you here at the behest of Lord Strahd too?
Oh no, I don't want to leave. Why would you want to leave? This is the most grand place to be. I'm trying to arrange though with the Vistani to make sure that my mother come here too. Family is very important.
And whereabouts of the Protectorate are you from? I mean, it's a big place. I was only there for a short period of time, but I'm just really curious because I don't think I've ever seen someone with beautiful crystals in their hairline. I mean, and Nyx pulls away the scars that conceal his horns somewhat. I'm familiar with hair appendages, but never in this beautiful design and color.
To be honest, they are kind of an eyesore for me. It reminds me of my father. It's not a happy topic to discuss.
Well, let us speak of more happy times then, Erasmus.
I think that the night would deserve such topics.
Indeed. So, what do you intend to get out of this night at the masquerade?
What a question. Well, I am quite concerned for Lord Strahd. He might not show it, but he's he's a little bit anxious tonight. I hope everything goes well with Lady Lyria. He's been fretting so.
I see, like, is he nervous, that things won't work out properly? It's been so long after all, right?
Of course. The matters of the heart is the most important. And this night is pivotal when it comes to his happiness going forward.
So you're saying that nothing can go wrong tonight, basically?
Nothing should go wrong because, I could not. Oh, no, I could not see him like that.
I check if this guy is just as in love with Strahd as everyone else.
Sure, if we can push it.
Yeah. Nice.
You're a little bit thrown about. You're a little bit unsure. You don't know what signals you're getting. But as
Sure.
he is talking, you see facts in his mouth.
Oh no.
And he is like an elf kind of thing, or half elf, based on his.
Well, you do know, I guess, with Erasmus, that everyone has been talking about it, right, that this is the son of Van Richten.
Yeah.
And Van Richten was a,
Oh,
Genasi.
Genasi.
Yeah, so this
Oh,
is the...
right.
So this is the union between an elf and an earth Genasi.
Well, it's curious to me, Erasmus. I only know one other person that had similar sort of designs, racially designs, but they don't look colorful like you, so clearly it's not the same. So, they were from outside of the mist too, and looking for Strahd. Out of interest, does this music sound like the music we heard in the tavern in Vallaki?
Oh, no. Well, no. It was just some simple variations on a harp. This is way more complex. Like, these are, like, really well trained.
No, sure, but like Illyria asked for.
Oh,
Richmond.
yeah. Well, true. It's of the same vein, for sure.
Okay. I only know one other person that knows his music, but they're no longer really around anymore. So, but curious. Anyway, Erasmus, I don't mean to bother you more if you wish to mingle and make sure that Strahd is okay.
I'm gonna keep a close eye on him tonight, that's for sure, but it's gonna be fine without... I mean, what a life he's lived. He's... uncomparable, really, but not without his faults. And I hope to be here and be a stalwart friend and help him in his hard times. Hopefully everything goes well tonight. I mean, he is quite the catch.
It must burn you up inside that Illyria is here catching all his attention, if you seem to be so protective of him.
Oh, wait. Oh. Well, that attention is already under competition from all of his concerts. Have you met the lovely Ludmilla, Anastasia, and Volenta?
I'm making my rounds, but not yet. I had the pleasure of meeting Lady Elsa, who very forceful.
Oh, Lady Elsa. Well, yes.
I don't suppose you know who that heiress was it? She left in a huff. Seemed very, very angry. Unnecessarily so, especially for quite a night. If there's anyone to cause a stir, it might be her. Just saying.
Oh, well, yes. Eris has always been a hard person to. When I first came here, I made it an utmost effort to ingratiate myself with all the denizens who make their home in Castle Ravenloft. But I was quite taken aback by Sir Eris. She would not have my acquaintance no matter how hard I tried. And I inquired, of course, about your deal with Lord Strahd. And he says it's a matter of extreme guilt and loss from somebody that she lost during that fateful wedding a very long time ago.
She seemed to be angry that Lyri got a second chance, or Tatiana, I guess.
Fucking ogres.
Really? Particularly angry about Lady Lyria?
There was great resentment, animosity even, spite. It seemed very fresh for something that happened so long ago.
But this is not good for the peace of the court. I need to talk with Rahadin and Mila about this. Thank you, friend, for informing me. We need to make sure everything is as harmonious as we can to make sure that the Empire continues as it should.
Are you okay?
Okay. I'm more than okay. I'm better than I ever been in my whole life. I'm a part of something important. Don't you feel that too? That excitement?
Well, I don't know. I'm not from the Protectorate, so I don't know what you left behind, or what is missing, or what you still have yet to find.
Only my mother. When I bring her here, my life is going to be complete.
Your mother? Oh, just your mother? What about your father?
My father chose to leave my mother and I. And so I choose to have no sympathy for that old fool.
Ain't that the mood? I never met my father, not to cry on your shoulder or anything like that, but I turned out pretty okay.
Then we're brothers in that. I did meet him a few times, but he coldly left, even though we begged him to stay. I would find actually it to be quite blissful to have grown up not knowing that he chose to leave us on his own volition.
Well, how does your mother feel about that?
She tried to soldier on as best she could. It was not hard for her. It was very hard for her. Teaching me to be an upstanding gentleman. And I mean, he did send a little money, but it was never enough. All his money went to his trade. Apparently we were less important to him than his little darling project that he had.
A darling project? I mean, we all have projects, right? But who puts their projects in front of their family? I mean, not really.
Well, my father did.
It must have been very important then if he would just abandon you.
Nothing is more than important than family.
This I agree. But it's curious, you know. What was his project? To be so great that he just left you.
It was something about monster hunting or something like that.
I think at that point the penny will drop for Nyx.
Wait, Nix had no idea.
Of course I knew, but I mean, Nyx. It was only a brief moment that you guys that we had,
Yeah.
True.
Interactivity with the Genasi, but
Fair.
Monster hunting. And like he will look at monster hunting, then like the clicking with the crystal, it's like Earth Genasi, then the music, the protectorate, the whole thing kind of like clicks in and the penny drops, and he's like, I'm sure he'll come back soon.
Oh no! F.
Is he dead or something?
Should we tell him?
No, we should tell him in roleplay at some point.
Yeah, we gotta tell him in roleplay.
There's so many
Alright,
things
fair.
to tell you. Would God, we're coming to it.
That's fair.
You should find yourself a quiet corner to talk about everything that has gone on here after the break. Anyway, he looks at you rather confused and he says, I certainly hope my father never visits Barovia because, well, as much as I hate him, I do not wish to see him dead. And him coming here will certainly end in his death, because he could never accept the greatness that is Lord Strahd, and would immediately go on the warpath and die because of it.
I mean, that's totally possible. Strahd has a lot of power here, a lot of people looking out for him, such as yourself. But, sometimes blood is thicker than water.
The blood of the Covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Some family are not deserved to be called family anymore. Not after they abandoned you.
Loki Nyx is just like, same dude, so much same. But he's like getting a little bit awkward because he's like, it's hitting a little too close to home, and he goes, this is getting wonderfully personal, Erasmus, but I think I might actually need that champagne if we're going to continue this conversation much longer. Do you need something? I'll go grab us something from the table over there. Looks like they changed out the food.
If you want to, you can come and join me and we can eat and toast in the greatness of the music.
Does he like gesture somewhere? Because like we're literally there right now.
Yeah. Like you go and collect food and drink.
Oh,
And they sit here and enjoy it together. That's what it means.
Sure. He nods and like, mm-hmm.
You're never gonna come back, are you?
The music.
Would you look at that? I got absconded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what's on the buffet.
Yeah, as Nick steps away.
I need Illyria to talk to him. That's gonna be hilarious.
As Nick retreats backwards, we're gonna go for a quick break. Woo!
So what is Van Richten? I just know it's like a thing.
I mean, we're gonna have to tell you in roleplay.
Oh boy.
Hopefully, at some point.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All of the
Look,
old
back,
storylines are kind of
back.
coalescing right now, yeah.
There's only two things I need in my life.
Uh-huh.
And that is for Emmett not to move away from Lady Twitterberg. And for Illyria to somehow end up with a chat with this guy unknowingly.
Which guy?
Okay. Erasmus.
Erasmus.
Well, we shall see how the night continues. But before then, let's refill our drinks, go to the toilet if that's what's necessary, pet our dogs, pet our cats.
Look for chocolate.
That's a great idea.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna go fill my glass, chat.
I'm gonna go cry some. Not really. Maybe. Not really. No.
Wow, okay, hello, I'm back. Silent, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope it's okay. I really enjoyed it. It also psyched me. I enjoyed it, but it psyched me a little bit. Your comments about Strahd in the chat. Oh my god, it was a little bit... I really had to steel
Alright.
myself.
I'm back.
Welcome back. And I don't know how to take it when somebody say like, damn, you're role-playing a toxic dude so realistically. I'm like, thank you!
You're
Question
doing
mark?
great, and I know like, you're, like, not toxic, Ara. But, I don't know, it's just kind of like, you role-play him so well, like...
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, should I take... double-edged sword.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just scare myself sometimes.
I'm calling Aaron out on his toxicity when you yourself are toxic.
Well, my characters are sometimes toxic.
So are you.
Accessory.
No, I don't think Susuri's dad's toxic, really. She's just a survivor.
Mm-hmm. It's the bad
Who's been stepped on so much that when she gets to step on other
Yeah.
people, she makes sure to enjoy it.
Now they held the turntables.
I hate Strahd so much. Fuck.
What?
No, I just love Geneviève's comments in the chat. They're always
I mean, yeah, because, like...
You go see a therapist, you vampire dick.
Yeah. I also love, like, later on when Nyx was talking to, what was her name? Eris? And Cookie just said, like, can we stop objectifying Illyria for 5 seconds?
Yeah, well, that's kind of the situation you're in.
Yeah, and Illyria kind of, like, knows she has to go along with it.
Yeah. Curse a mother simpery.
This is not the same Final Fantasy VII era where she gets get killed with a big old sword.
Do you like my sword? Hello.
Welcome back.
Ah! Okay.
Weird.
Hello.
Wow. Calm down. Calm your tits.
No.
Also, I have...
My teeth will not come!
Seize
have
the calamity that
successfully-
is your memories.
I have successfully acquired a Snickers, so...
Ah, success.
Sneak. What are we doing? Are we playing?
Wait. Wood God, you're here?
Bloodwood?
Wood?
God of Wood?
No?
Yes. Play.
Actually.
Out of beer.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of roleplay going on right now that doesn't involve Thad. But
Oh, cool. I get it.
it's going to be a lot of explanations coming Thad's way at some point.
I am a mixture of it.
We're just in a hot pot right now of
Yeah,
politics
like right now we're in a
and
bit of a, peculiar situation. But Illyria will like catch you up on everything after the party when we make it out alive.
Yeah, kind of thrown into the deep end,
but
but
you can
all
also
good.
find a quiet corner just to calm down and talk to
I
Thad.
just don't trust anything that is said in this castle.
You can go outside.
Can we?
Fair point.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Eris went to the garden.
maybe we can do that later.
Isn't it pouring with rain outside?
Also,
it always
Simon,
is.
shut up. It's when, not if.
It's totally if.
It's totally when.
It's not raining anymore. It's only thundering, which is kind of strange. Like there's active lightning going on, but there's no
That's interesting.
rain.
Poppy.
It's spooky.
Silent. I love you. But you gotta be
Poopy.
positive about this. Because otherwise I'm gonna like lose my mind.
I spent a lot of time on this fucking garden. I'm gonna have somebody go and enjoy it. Anyway,
I feel like we should have a chat in the garden at some point. That would make sense.
Like the four of
That
us.
sounds like a good place for a backstory dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, by the way, we got like Hamatia and me really don't have any idea what the fuck is going on, and like I've already been
Yeah.
through a few culture shocks.
There's so much.
Bet
Yeah.
genocide.
damn, Hamo.
That a bit.
Damn. Okay.
Genocide.
So, since we're all here, we have refilled our glasses. We're shattered a little bit. Let's bring it in again. So, Illyria, Thad, and Hamardia goes to pick up some drinks and some food, I presume.
Mhm.
After
No,
the
just a drink.
absolute train wreck of talking to the abbot.
Hamatia seems sort of pissed, and she's going to load as much food as she can to a plate. Without it being like, rude, but anyway.
We're still on the second round of entries. Entries?
Entrees.
Entrees. Goddamn French.
French people, man.
So we got
Entre-
So we got a soup and a salad and a fish course going on right now. So it's still rather like light food. You have to wait a little bit longer for the first
I
like the
hate
main
how we're
courses.
still at the fucking entrees, like
Ugh.
Yeah.
So I will grab a glass of wine.
But the starters are being slowly like finished at this point, so they're probably not going to be long until the first major course is going to come out. Kirill is still at the wine table.
Hamatia will take
Getting
a
shit
sip.
faced.
Hamatia will take a sip and then say,
Oh, you're already broken. What a pile of rubbish. This man, I've never had anyone say spill so much rubbish out of his mouth in such little time. It was astonishing.
I do hope we can talk to him in Kresk.
Why? He's full of...
When there's less people around, there might be at least some useful information.
You
We should
know,
also let Luke
okay.
know about him.
Do you know
Yeah.
who this guy is?
Yeah, seems like he knew you,
You knew very well.
like everyone else in this whole, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want to know more about this, and since we were on our way to Kresk anyway.
Right. Well, if you are, quote, already lost, I don't know how helpful it'll be. I don't think we can trust him very much.
I mean, the fact that he's here raises a lot of questions to me. But we can figure that one out after we have left the castle, I think.
This place. I thought it was going to be fun at least, but everyone here is a tough person to speak to, I guess.
Well, I think quite a lot of them have probably been stuck here for centuries.
Oh, look at them, so miserable, being stuck for centuries in the best possible conditions. Oh, bully them.
You know, gilded cage and all.
Gilded cage is still better than a rusty one, if you ask me.
I think we should take the chance to learn as much as we can and try to get this over with.
Oh, hi, Nix.
Nix!
Good evening, everyone. Having a good time.
Moving composure check.
Yeah, sure.
Do we need a check for
Yeah.
this?
I'm pretty sure that's pretty clear.
Well, let's see if we can glean a bit more.
23.
Yes, Louise.
Well, Nick, you can just explain.
I mean, he has a mask on, but I guess from you glean that Nyx is slightly panicked behind his. Everyone having a good time. In a kind of regret panic, shall we say, with the 19. His tone of voice is a little higher pitched, and he's a little fidgety. So you could probably glean from that he is uncomfortable for something somewhat personal, or it's not like it's news from around the world kind of thing. It's more like this happened close to home.
I see.
And he comes up and goes, there certainly are a lot of characters here. Lots of history, it seems. Many things that have happened to all of these people after living so long. And some people that are still getting to know how it feels like to be turned into a vampire. Some people from the Protectorate, it seems.
Illyria
As soon as he says that,
I think
Oh.
Illyria kind of clicks because there's only one new arrival from the Protectorate that we know of.
So he's like looking at her like from behind the porcelain mask and saying, you know, if you have a strong grip on the world and that suddenly slips through your fingers at the cost of certain decisions.
Illyria just kind of goes really pale. Just kind of like, is he here? Has he been turned?
No, it's more the young one. I think.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yes, yes. He has joined the cohorts of Strad and.
God damn it!
Just be mindful about that guy over there that has a giant fucking crystal in his head.
Oh, he has nice hair too, or...
I mean, it is pretty amazing. I mean, Thad, with your do, I get it, it's the talk of the town, but, you know, what do? How do you compare glowing fire and shining crystal? They're both
do I
elegant.
recognize that person? As soon as it said Protectorate, I'm like,
Yeah, you
kinda
glance
gleaming at
over
him.
that way, and you see this gentleman dressed in the different shades of blue, with this crystals growing out of his head, and no. Though you do know of a very famous Earth Genasi in the Protectorate, which is Rudolf von Richten, who has started the organization called the Scrollbow, a monster hunter organization. Is considered the greatest monster hunter that the Protectorate has.
huh, okay. So,
Anyway, I mean, many faces here. Who have you met? Anyone else that is
We
fix you up.
ran into the abbot, or at least he claims he is.
Wait, the abbot? The abbot? The abbot that we were going to see, abbot?
Illyria just kind of like nods and points towards him and is like, he seemed to. He was blabbering on about me being already lost to darkness and apologized.
If you ask me, he looks like a big cuckoo.
I did tell him that we should speak more once we return to Kresk, or, well, arrive.
Because you didn't want to speak to him here?
There are certain things we probably shouldn't be discussing here.
Oh, true. Very true. But, I was speaking to another vampire who seems to be pretty pissy about Strahd. Well, no, not necessarily Strahd. More you, Illyria. She's pissy at you. Because, for some reason, she thinks you're not worth the reincarnation skin that Tatiana has inhabited, apparently.
It's not like I chose any of this.
Oh, you try telling her that? But, I mean, she wasn't going to hear any of that. She just was like, what
Well,
about me and
we
my
also-
500 years of being here?
Well, Tad and I had the pleasure of encountering some of his consorts.
Sure, let's go with that.
Made sure to make it very clear that I am just a obsession that he will be over and I shall be discarded very soon. Also, of course, I'm lesser because I am not a vampire. They don't have enough sharp things around here. I think another one stepped in and set them in their place of sorts, but...
If you ever want anything sharp, just feel free to ask.
Is it your wit, that?
That's besides the point. And I wink at Nyx.
Gives like a little wink behind the mask.
But yes, if you want to talk to the abbot, he's here.
Oh, by the way, tall woman, raven black hair, this nice little dress over there to the south. It's very clear. That's my mother.
Your
Oh,
mother.
And Nyx like
Which one?
turns around,
Or-
like when you point her out, and just like
Which one is that? Where is she pointing?
She's pointing towards this lady.
This lady, gotcha.
yeah. And Nyx like turns around and just like glowers at her, like full on hate stares behind his mask.
Yes, so steer clear of that one. She's a bit of a prickly.
You know, clenches his fists.
Especially you, Fred. You don't want anything to do with her.
What's her mother's deal? What's the...
Oh,
She's a hag.
Well, if we're just going to put it on the table like that.
She's a murderer, that.
Eh.
He is
Haven't
a-
met any hags before. GM.
No, not in the Protectorate.
No.
I mean, children's stories, but not in person. No.
Not even in my mercenary work?
They're kind of outlawed from the Protectorate. They're seen as, you know,
Hags.
yeah.
Alright.
The Ardent Purifiers are kind of like spearheading that because they're seen as like allies to these corrupting forces, and so they're like adhere
Gotcha.
to evil. It's basically
Gotcha.
how it goes.
Well, at least she looks better than the stories, I suppose.
Oh, no, she doesn't. That's a glamour she put on.
Oh.
You don't want to see her real self?
That's a shame.
Well,
I'm sure there's plenty of pretty ladies around.
You seem to be taking it surprisingly well, Fad. You're in a room full of vampire hags and who knows what. And you seem surprisingly calm. I wonder if you have a little secret of your own you're not telling me.
Thad downs his drink. picks up another one. Oh, I have my secrets now.
Of course. And you're privy to them. I won't nudge or I shouldn't nudge. I won't begin or I shouldn't begin. But do you mind that they don't blow up in our face one day?
Suppose that would make it counterproductive, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Get
Well-
the context that creature over there is not anything like whatever story you might have conjured up or within the Protectorate. That thing. That monstrosity. Well, she ground up children into ingredients for pies and sold them back to the people of Barovia. And that was just, to me, the tip of the iceberg. And the moment she killed my friend, the moment her death warrant was sealed,
So still clear.
I'm sorry about that, Mac.
you can
Kinda
be sorry later.
Puts the hand on Nix's shoulder.
Kind of flinches away from it and said, I don't need your pity. I need her dead.
Pity?
And I need her entrails to be scattered across
Okay, okay. Let's not.
And how's that going up for you?
Can we not? Can we not do this right now?
Yeah, I
We
think-
are
I
in
think-
party. We shouldn't.
I think it's not the very good time.
Oh, I know. And I can't. Hamatia has already informed me of this. But I can hope and dream, and I can imagine what our insides look like, can't I?
You can.
I suppose you can.
I can tell you from experience, we stink.
Hey, I had a bath, okay? I don't see.
Not you, but her insides.
Oh. Wait, how do you know?
Well,
Have you been inside there? I mean, obviously. you've been inside.
no, but things came out of there which I would rather not speak about in this lavish place.
Well, do we just want to stick together and sit it out? Or...
No, I still want to. Well, there's this one girl which caught my interest. Someone named Gertruda, I think. Well, she seems like she.
Gertruda?
Yeah. She doesn't seem like she belongs here. I mean, everyone hears with a fancy title. Oh, I am the apostle, I am this, I am that, and she's just Gertruda.
Lyria, do you remember back in Barovia village? We were
We were
searching.
looking for her.
Right, and her mother was a little bit of an alcoholic. And
What? So,
she was desperate to find her daughter. She told her asked her name, and it was Gertruda.
and what is she doing here?
Well, she went missing.
Well, she's here.
Well, it was more than that. It was obvious that
Yes,
she was taken.
was taken. A dark, soft voice was talking to her. What is she doing here?
What is she doing here?
She is clearly enamored by Strahd, but I only had a brief encounter with her. She talks very fast. I didn't actually. Can I retrospectively know, as she was talking very, very fast, were there fangs? Were them fangs showing?
Oh, yeah. No, there were no fangs.
No fangs.
No fangs.
Fangs.
As far as I can see, in comparison to everyone else, yeah, she has yet to be turned. So she is here because I guess she likes the lifestyle, the promise of love. I don't know.
She was always dreaming about it, wasn't she?
I don't know what we can do with this. What we're being in a masquerade, we can't exactly go up to her and say, "Look, mommy is waiting for you. Time to go home."
Yes.
Oh, can't leave her here. She'll be eaten alive, pretty much.
I think that's what she wants. So I think that's probably why she has yet to be tanned.
Wait, what? What do you mean? That's what she wants? Why would she want something like that?
You know just as well as I do, Hamatia, how mundane Barovia can be sometimes. She was living in squalor with her substance abusive mother. Well, what would you do?
Well, it's not a question of what will I do, it's a question of what I did. And I think the answer is we should probably intervene.
Well, if you can try and convince a young girl why their object of affection is not healthy for them, you tell me your secret, because I have tried telling this to girl after girl, and they just seem to ignore it.
No.
Yeah, I'm with Nix on this one. It's not very productive.
Oh, no. I can't have her fall like this. I don't have her.
Try at least.
I don't. She's just a girl. I mean, what if she ends it one of them? She should become a monster. That's not good.
True, but if anything, Hematir, very recent events have shown you that you can't just simply show that you're also a monster.
No, of course. I'm not gonna pull that stuff again. And please, I need to speak with Fat alone on that part. He doesn't know yet. Fat, ignore everything we just said in the last 15 seconds. Thank you. Oh no, Hamatia starts to visibly sweat.
An innocent to save is a noble adventure. If we can, then we can. But keep in mind, Deliria is the person that we need to protect here. Strahd is needing this night to go very well, Illyria. Anything that throws this off could be disastrous. And he, eyebrow wiggles underneath his mask, which makes the mask move up and down.
Jesus.
Well,
Are there any servants around us?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this emo kid right here.
Is
Right,
this
yeah.
a servant?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a servant.
Alright, so Pad will turn to the servant.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. Is there any way you could point me out in the direction of the garden?
Gotta go for a
You-
smoke.
If you wish to visit a garden, you must pass through the center of the castle, and then turn left.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And he turns to the group.
And
turns-
the servant gives you a big, broad smile and showing off his fangs.
That gives a big, broad smile with no teeth.
Yeah.
Just lips, no, closed mouth.
Okay.
Turns to the group. Shall we go get some fresh air?
You do so. I would like to speak to the abbot before it gets too late.
Well, I would gladly join you if I have some things I need to sort out. Yeah.
do think I owe a chat to, was it Lady Twitterberg?
Lady Elsa, yes, she
Something
looks over her
like
shoulder
that.
and says, she is hoping that you would at least say hello to her. After all, she seems to be under the illusion that her name still means something, but
Well,
put on your best dignitary, nobility face thing. Just, try and be, and he gestures to Illyria, more.
Illyria just kind of I feel like Illyria has this whole evening sort of much like that, kind of put on her best sort of polite, demeanor, but she's gonna make sure to double that, and it's I mean, I've been doing that all evening, but alright.
He goes over to Illyria and pulls the lapels a bit and like rubs them a little bit and casts guidance on her. It's like, I don't know exactly why she's so enamored with you, but whatever you do, do it with gusto, you know? And he like gestures with like a forceful grip, like, do it.
Will do. And she just kind of smiles towards things.
He gives a nod and quickly goes over. He looks at the food, or his stomach isn't exactly in it after speaking to that half elf, half genasi guy. He's like,
Half elf, half genasi. Full trauma.
yeah, and he'll let Larry do a thing first, and before he goes over to the abbot.
I think I'm okay with Thad. We'll go to visit the garden.
With Thad? Okay.
Yeah, with Thad the chat.
Okay, so we're gonna do Illyria first, then Nyx, and then Marty and Thad in the garden. Okay?
Okay. No, only me first. Just kidding.
Me first.
Immediately as you go up to these two, this gentleman over here immediately turns his demeanor towards you, his face, and he is dressed. That's it.
He's dressed. He has clothes.
He has clothes. No. He's a slim man, dressed with rather modern sensibilities in a white and black suit with white roses embroidered into the black satin vest underneath. His hair is reddish brown that reaches down to his ears, but a large chunk of it framing his face is colored white. His mask is black and white in a diamond pattern with a carnival like cloth triangles attached to it, to the overside of it, and hangs over and ends in small silver bells that gives off this rather nice high-pitched clucking and chiming as he's moving his head about, and he has these rather light yellow eyes, and he immediately does a deep bow and says, another rose for the collection of our quaint little court. Welcome, Lady Lyra Feathermore. I hope you've been enjoying yourself.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. May I ask for your name?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry for my rudeness. Lord Pascal Offenheis.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Lord Pascal.
Enchanté. If I may be so brazen. And he brings up your hand and gives a kiss to it, gives you a little wink, and says, do not tell Strahd of this little encounter. I might just die.
I would prefer not to be responsible for her death this evening, so I shall keep it a secret.
Then don't show me as much as you do. On the side, Lady Elsa kind of gives him like a joking slap on the side of his his arm. Pascal, calm down. You're really gonna get into trouble. You're upstaging me a little bit here. What do you think you're doing? Oh no! I am so sorry. My dove, my muse, my Elsa. That's true. You are the purest work of art here. Lady Lyra Feathermore, may I introduce to you the delectable, fantastic, fabulous, glamorous Lady Elsa Folona Montwitterberg. You might have heard of her, no? She has quite a repertoire.
I hate to admit that it seems in the Protectorate her name has been lost.
The tragedy!
Nyx did let me know about you.
About me? No, silly, about me. Oh, I'm very sorry. We are 2 dabs on the stage, are we not, Elsa? Oh, that's true, that's true. I both hate and love you because of that. Yes, well, I wanted to take an opportunity to just steal you all for myself, if that's okay. Says Elsa and, like, goes over and, like, hooks her arm into yours.
Well, of course, try not to overdo it, or you might get in trouble with the Count yourself. And Deliria kind of smiles and like laughs.
Oh, he has nothing to worry about me. She gives you a wink. I'm merely looking to be your friend. I'm sure that you have gotten quite the friendly introduction from Valenta and Astrasias already. The little hens that they are.
They're lovely.
Don't worry,
I
dear.
make sure to let me know how welcome I am.
I am sure that they did, and she kind of pats you on your hand as she kind of cradles it in her hand, and she brings you over to one of the sofas down here to sit down. And she immediately brings you down quite safely, and then turns her whole body language towards you. They're only, what shall we say? Jealous that you are not just about to become a vampire if things continue as they do, but you're about to become a true one. Well, if you play your cards right. But it depends upon what you want, dear. Everyone else seems to want to put words in your mouth.
Well, I am not quite sure what it is I want as of yet. You see, all of this has been quite confusing for me.
Yes, well, it's rather intense, is it not? To be the object of the desire of such a powerful man.
Of course, and I do still, I am still trying to figure out more about what seems to be this past life of mine.
Tell me honestly, my dear little Rose. What do you think of our Lord Strahd? Is he as dashing as everyone else would like to believe?
He is powerful, a little intimidating.
Empathy check!
Oh boy.
Well, I rolled a critical 20, so tell me exactly how Valyria is feeling at this moment.
Illyria is incredibly conflicted and confused. Because, like, she does have, obviously, like, those visions, and this, like, I think she does, like, she does think it is Strahd. Is it Strahd that she sees? And she's obviously very, very conflicted because on one hand she always felt this draw towards him, maybe only because he is a vampire, but maybe because there would have been more. But she is also obviously a little bit terrified and not quite over the fact that he murdered what she considered a friend right in front of her.
She scoots a little bit closer. So you're like thigh to thigh, and she grabs your hands and put her in her like white satin gloved hands. She leans a little closer and she says, "Oh, my dear little girl. You should definitely go to Kresk and that pond everyone's been talking about and find it true for yourself. I am quite bound to say anything about it, but I'm quite sure you're about to discover exactly what kind of a man Stradon Sarovich is. And when you do, and you would really like to hurt him, either you play two different kinds of games, Rose. Either you flat out refuse all of his advances. That would probably end in bloodshed for everybody that you love and hold dear, but hey, you will hurt him in the long run. Number two, you do agree to become a vampire, but you ask more. You ask to become a true vampire, and when he has given you the power, you discard him. That's all we require of men anyway. Money, the attention, the power, but as soon as we get it, there's just a burden anyway. So when you have the power in your hand, then you wield it as however you please. But then you need to be able to play the long con. You need to be able to giggle at his jokes, to give of yourself a kiss here, a touch there, pretend that you're absolutely enraptured in love. But if you're not able to do that, then sadly there's pain and there's hurt in your path, but I think it would be quite worth it.
Why are you telling me this?
He has a lot to answer for. But enjoy your evening now, Dove. It's all for you. And she kisses you on both of your cheeks.
Oh, such
And,
venom.
She stands up and goes to talk to other people. Okay.
Sits there and like thinks for a moment, and yeah, he's just thinking.
That's a lot. Nyx. Hi.
Hi.
So you wanna approach the abbot?
I guess, yeah. He'll like leave the group, and I guess this was always what they were looking to do. And he goes over and sees if he can catch his eye.
You see indeed this very, very tall gentleman, broad-shouldered, the sandy blonde hair, piercing blue eyes underneath this mask of black feathers that are too wide and too stressed to be calming. It's quite unnerving, really. And he coolly just turns his face to you and says in his rather high-pitched, floating tone, "Another tainted come to talk to me. The pain of this evening is infinite."
Like Nyx looks around and saying, "So are you talking to me?"
Who else around me is quite as tainted as you are, child?
I mean, maybe it's someone else, because unless we're using different terminology here. I mean...
But then all of the people around me here are quite pitch black, covered in tar, lost.
Interesting. And you're the abbot of Kresk, are you not?
That I am. The unfortunate position that I found myself in.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate to be an abbot, or unfortunate to be in Kresk. I mean, we passed by.
To be the
Very
shepherd
recently.
of the lost, to be trapped in a corner of the world, in a hopeless situation. I could
But
have
you're
done so
the-
much more.
You're the abbot, though. I've heard such great things about you, and you have apparently some sort of connection to the Morning Lord that allows you to perform miracles, no?
It was Saint Markovia who built the abbey.
And you
And
are
then it
merely
was tainted and destroyed by the devil in our midst.
So
I've
why-
merely tried to bring it back to a semblance of its glory.
Nick scratches the side of his head. He's like, forgive me, I'm struggling to follow the connection here. If you are so filled with disdain of our current company, why join? Why are you here?
My hope is always shattered, that my presence could alleviate the darkness, even a tiny amount. Such is my duty, such is my pain.
You're not what I expected, I have to admit. I didn't expect the fabled abbot of Kresk to be so despondent, be so lacking with hope. And I should know, there is a certain amount of lack of hope on my behalf too.
It started for you, I see. Well, if you live long enough, it all piles up into a pretty little pile. And then you realize how minuscule and powerless you truly are.
Nyx kind of takes a step closer towards him and says, look, I can't imagine to know what you've been through and why you feel like you have to lord over everyone that you meet, that you are holier than thou. But your disregard for our journeys is a little bit insulting. I have been on a journey such myself, and I have seen
I've seen 1,000 journeys that are kin to yours. They end in death and tragedy, in pain, in suffering. You are not unique, and you will never be.
I'm not looking to be unique, Abbot. I'm merely trying to keep a promise. I'm trying to do at least one thing before I meet my fate. And that is something that drives me. I wonder how long it was ago that you gave up all your hope, thinking that you couldn't do anything and crippled by your own fear and regrets, sitting there on top of that little mountain above Kresk. Now, I don't mean to insult you, dear Abbot, but I kinda do too. Why don't you grow up? There are more people here that could potentially use your help than you discredit them for.
Well, I try. But you
Because
have it all around in the wrong way. You are the one who needs to grow up. When you reach my age, you realize how pointless all of it is.
really, and what are you? Like you're 33 or something like this?
No, thousands.
Just everything composure chick.
Okay. He's a little bit strange. I mean, he has this incredibly intense body language. neck muscles are kind of bulging. His shoulders are very up. His jaw is set. His eyes are like open wide and staring at you with like intensity. Yet his voice is just so, hopeless and listful. Listful, I think is the right term. But he seems rather truthful when he says that.
I had a question for you, Abbot. I am looking for answers. And I hope that even in your ambivalence of life here, maybe the fact that you've been around for so long would give me some sort of answer. If you have been around that long, I wonder if you
Why
know...
should I help a servant of the devil? Why should I give you my aid?
Because I'm not. And I think you know that.
Come closer. And he kind of grabs your hand and kind of pushes you towards him and the sofa. So you're kind of like staring, like eye into eye, staring eye into eye, and he regards you for a very long time. What is it that I sense within you? Something dark and tainted, yet something so familiar. What are you? And he pushes you away.
Systematic, Jesus! Have some manners, man!
I thought you said I wasn't unique, Abbot.
I can speak in haste. What are you?
I don't know.
What strange hybrid has come before me? It's even more perverted than I thought it could be. You better decide quickly on what side you want to be, boy.
Like I said, I'm looking for answers. Look, it's a little stuffy in here. My friends have gone outside. If you wish to learn more about me, and are willing to indulge that maybe something new has come your way after your eons of moping about, find me there. I look forward to speaking to you more, Abbot. And Nyx does a short bow and looks to this other guy here if he's interested or not.
Yeah, well, it's just this cold, angry, red-eyed stare that goes your way. It's a gnome, so it's not the big. It's kind of funny, this 2+ meter tall, broad-shouldered man and this old little gnome sitting on a sofa together. But yeah, that's what you see.
Okay, just really quickly, I hope he doesn't have any of Calvin's features.
I mean, he's old.
Yeah, old is not a feature.
Okay, well, he is looking at you very angrily, and Calvin was not really an angry person.
He doesn't have. Okay, it's more like facial features and bone structure and stuff like that. Not like his demeanor.
You don't think that this is the immediate family of Calvin?
Yeah. That's like a really short glance, just to make sure. Yeah, you're some kind of weird other gnome, and he gives a nod to this guy, and then he takes one final look at the abbot and say, Are we waiting? And walks and looks to head out the door.
Okay. For once, he just silently stares. Doesn't say anything. In the bottle. Okay. In the meantime, Thad and Amartya have been heading outside for the garden together.
Ooh. Okay.
Do we find the garden?
Yeah.
Huh?
Where's the
Do we
garden?
find it?
Well, you asked the servant, and the servant said,
Right.
Well, Nix, you're
I
behind
follow
them.
her directions.
You're behind them.
So where's the fucking
Stop!
garden?
Stop moving about.
No! No, what is Nick doing there? Get him out of here.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't belong here.
Okay, Nix, you gotta calm down. No, go back.
Just
What is
smack
happening? The loading times are fucking with me. Stand there. Stand there now. Don't move.
Oh my Jesus.
So the servant told you guys to go through the center of the castle, outside, and then turn to your your left. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Not right, left.
Correct. Left.
The servants here nod to you and open the door for you.
Bye. You see that Amate is visibly nervous, and she is surprisingly silent at the moment.
Alright.
I follow.
Walk into this grand octagonal hall with these great pillars that have been has several different creatures chiseled into them. In the four corners of the room there are great gargoyles that loom in the domed painted roof from above down on you. And it's a hallway that goes off into different kind of doors to the south and to the north, and turns into a great staircase that goes upwards.
This place is just plain creepy, if you ask me. Why would you put a cow?
Yes.
Not put a mermaid or unicorn.
Well, garden then. I think I need to see some foliage, some actual bushes.
I didn't like this stone structure.
Yeah, I agree.
Center castle and then out, and then to your left.
I don't know if I'm going across it.
Where's the center?
But
where's
you
the
can
center?
go that way too. I mean, you can explore. I mean,
No,
nobody's here right now, so
center.
whatever you want.
Is this the way to the center?
Yeah, that's another great oaken door that is.
I don't know where the center is. I mean, he didn't say like in 500 meters, turn left. Something like that.
I'm just gonna keep going
Yeah.
until I get
You
to
walk
what looks
into
like a center.
a
Does it look like
smaller
center?
hallway with two wolves looming from above, and there's a bit of a cold draft that is coming from this gigantic oaken door with a lot of decorations in steel into it. And once you open that, indeed, it brings you to the outside.
This is much, much better.
Yes, this is quite nice.
Got it, man.
Do I see anyone around?
No, you only see the statues, these bronze statues that kind of spawn out of these luscious purple rose bushes, and they kind of lean over with lanterns in their hand with bright flickering light within, kind of illuminating the fog from within, giving it a very special atmosphere.
Oh wow. Who knew this place of misery could be so creepy?
I want to make sure that there's no one like in the bushes. So like I wanna.
Okay. You want to do
Just wanna-
a perception, or do you want to go in there and actually search with an
No,
investigation?
I'll perceive.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
perceive.
Okay, for perception intelligence
Alright.
then.
Perception intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Perception intelligence. So that's this plus that is 22. I'm quite
Damn.
perceptive.
You're
I love that.
quite sure that there's nothing in the rose bushes.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, so listen. Well, as you might have gathered, can I talk to you? Maybe someone else, maybe.
You haven't gotten to the garden. This is not the
Yeah,
garden.
garden. We need to go to the garden before I speak. Oh,
Sure.
No. I'm a mess. Thank you for. No, left. Left.
Left?
That's the entrance, I think.
Oh,
Like the main
so it
gate.
is.
Of the thing. But just we have a clear escape room. And we need to protect it. Yeah. What a mess.
And she's basically just mumbling to herself. the whole time.
Alright, okay. Let's quickly.
That
make
still
it through.
has his glass of whiskey or whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah.
beverage was.
You're sipping on it, yeah.
Still holding it. This is my third one that I'm still holding.
Okay.
I'm just kind of enjoying the buzz and walking.
And you're walking into this thick, creeping mist that are some here and there illuminated by this lantern light until you come to this great. There's this arch above you that is set into this thick stone wall that goes in front of you, and in the way is this wrought iron but very beautiful indeed gate who is slightly ajar, so you can just push through if you want to, and just beyond you can see the edge of what can only be described as a very atmospheric Gothic garden full of different flowers of different kinds, illuminated indeed within in the mists, and great statues, grey, dark, looming with snarls of different kind.
I gently nudge open the gate and step inside. I don't want to make too much noise while doing it. Never mind.
It
Alright,
makes this light creeping sound.
Seems
never
like-
mind.
Okay, here we are, nice pretty garden. Oh, look, flowers. How fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold up. And I keep walking. See if I see anyone.
You see the
From here.
outlines of a woman sitting on a bench by the central fountain.
Oh, it seems we're not alone here.
Oh well. It's not like my cover has been exposed the moment I entered the ballroom, so that doesn't really matter.
Your cover? What do you mean by that?
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. You see, I, as you probably already inferred, am a daughter of a hag. Right? I don't look like this. This is, as much as I would like to, it's, not me. I have a certain, ability to, switch appearances as, at will. So if I just want to give myself your hair, for example, I just whoosh, and you see her hair become glowing just like yours.
Oh.
I can do this, and if I want to look intimidating, well, I can't really do it right now because I'm in a dress, but the point is that this is not me. And I was going to tell you this, but it was all quite sudden, and you would have probably known about it anyways, since I can't even tell it when I sleep or become highly emotional. So please don't freak out.
Freak out.
Yes. Don't.
You're telling me you're the daughter of a hag while we're in the middle of a castle controlled by a vampire lord.
Yeah, it's a bit much. I'm afraid.
Yeah. Freak out. I think I'm fine.
Okay, then.
I think this is the least of our worries.
There's a heavy sigh in the background, and the woman stands up and starts to move away.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're interrupting you.
Can we now?
She gives you the finger, and then disappears from you.
Oh, wow.
Did we interrupt your brooding? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm too edgy for this. Goes away.
Charmed.
So, yeah, everyone here is an absolutely lovely people Stad has.
Yeah, I can see that. They're all
Uh,
fucking charming as all hell.
Yeah.
Well, she vacated the good spot. Let's go sit down. Let's just start
Okay.
walking.
you... Amatia will still stand up before you.
Just sit down, like kind of cross-legged, lean back, and kind of sip my drink. Yeah, this is much nicer than the party.
Yeah, so as I've said, this is not really who I am, but rather, this is. And you see how her body slightly shifts. Her skin becomes pale. Some meat of her body just disappears. And you hear the sound of like bones scuttling and switching positions like a horn start to protrude out of her forehead, on her left forehead, and you see this tall, thick horn covered with what seems to be like engravings of autumn leaves and winds blowing in a white hue. You see her face becoming pale and scarred, her teeth become jagged like a wild animal's. You see her eyes become, instead of green and blue, give off a violet and teal color. And you see what seems to be scars all over her body by various, well, instruments. And you hear, "This is the real me."
Well, aren't you just marvelous?
No.
And he just kind of twists his head and kind of takes it all in, looks at the different scars, kind of absorbing it all. Huh.
I am sorry for deceiving you. It was never my intention.
You didn't really deceive me. We don't really know each other much. We met only yesterday. Or was it today?
Today, I believe.
Yeah, color blends together, you know?
So basically, I can't maintain my approachable forms whenever I lose consciousness. So you'd have seen this whenever I fell asleep. I just thought it would be better to lay it out on the table.
That's fair. Thank you for that.
Also,
I appreciate it.
Nyx is probably going to kill me after we kill my mother. Don't interfere with that.
Oh, there's probably a whole thing that I'm... Yeah.
He'll catch you up on that one. I still have a lot of things I need to catch up on myself. I've been with them only for a week and a bit more in a few days. But, no, I might not be a person, but I still share common goals and I still wish to protect Elia, even if it costs me my life.
That's fair.
And you hear bones scuttling once again, and she returns to her more of an approachable form.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yep. Do I feel like someone's watching us?
You can make a perception intelligence if you want to like look around.
24.
Jesus.
24.
It's payback for my death house.
Well, there ain't nobody, ain't no person here except for what you can see, the very, very faint outline of the white-haired woman sitting down on some kind of bank by a pond. But she might be too far out of earshot, but if you start talking louder, she might not be. But
Got it.
there
She doesn't sound like
is-
she's listening in it.
No, but there
Okay.
is about 36 or so bats all around in the garden.
Uh-huh.
and sitting on the ramparts and hanging from different places.
Alright. It seems no place in this castle is really private, I suppose.
No, but Todd already knows about that. So it doesn't really matter. You are something of a gift. And not
Yeah.
in that creepy way, no. Well, you see, I come with a lot of baggage for a lot of people. I've done things I'm not proud of, as Nix will tell you. But you are someone not from here. You still
That is
have
correct.
an open mind about things. And first of all, that's fascinating. You're fascinating. Your hair's absolutely fascinating. How do
Oh,
you
I
do
know.
that?
It's perfect. Takes a lot of care. You'd be surprised. Or I guess you wouldn't be surprised, but it does take a lot of care to make it look this fabulous, and it kind of whips it.
Ooh. Is there like eyes in front of the hair?
But you can give both Illyria and I think Barovia as a whole a fresh perspective on things. You know, you come from the outside and you don't seem like a bad person. You seem like an overall decent one, at least in Barovian standards.
Suppose those are not very high in the first place. So,
Absolutely not.
so there's that.
People might be fearful of you and your appearance if it's unique.
Eh. At least I'm not a daughter of a hag, I suppose. And kind of give her this like smile. Like
Yeah.
this, not like this warm smile.
So it's a warm smile or it's a cold smile?
Warm smile.
Oh.
So like, we all have our baggage, I suppose, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think all of us have baggages. Maybe you, I just don't, you know. You need to be careful here, and I'm afraid the moment we are out of Stard's little castle, we'll be out in the wilderness or near Kresk, and who knows what we're going to encounter there. We've encountered the ghost dragon!
ghost dragon.
Yes!
That sounds interesting. Can I check that? What's the check for that again?
If you believe her, well, an
Yeah.
empathy composure.
Empathy, composure.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So-
then Cookie can choose to roll a persuasion check or just tell him what.
Okay, I just saw him. Yeah, she seems pretty genuine about that part.
Well, I'll be damned.
Uh-huh.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, he was actually really nice. He was like the nicest person dragon thing I've encountered during my journey with him thus far. And he's a ghost dragon. Do you understand how low our standards are?
Yeah, I suppose you're a group of fucked up individuals.
I mean, is it really fucked up? Maybe you shouldn't tell me. Not down here.
Haven't seen her in years, so
But so, how old are you?
how old am I? I'm not that old. It kind of takes a minute. I would say I'm a little over 2 decades,
Oh,
I suppose.
okay. And is it similar to your age? Why did you meet her? Is it was like some fancy ball? Or it was like military training?
No, it was like it was a party a lot like this one.
Ugh. Yeah,
Yeah. My family had lots of obligations to go to these kind of parties, so I had to join. And I've seen her a few times. You know, we're kids. so I don't really remember much. But yeah.
How would you compare a Barovian bow compared to a Protectorate one?
Oddly enough, similar number of assholes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the setting's a bit different. The food here is a bit better, to be surprised. But
Actually better than a place with sunlight.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I like this food a bit better, but
Ooh. Wow.
the alcohol is phenomenal, I might add. It's a shame we don't have any more of it.
Well, maybe we should suggest to start to have like a little garden bar. Garden
Ooh,
bar.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
I have a weird question. You mind?
Yeah, sure. Shoot.
Can you describe the sun for me?
So, imagine a fire
Okay.
that is so very bright you can't look at it directly.
Oh, so like a bright fire, like.
So extremely bright fire.
Oh, okay.
So it's a ball, or
A
it's
ball?
it's a circle
Okay, it's a circle of fire that I
Of
can see.
fire?
I can't-
that is stationary, or not stationary, but is placed in the sky during daytime, or
Oh.
during half of the day.
And half of the day is nighttime. Where,
Correct. Yeah, which is like this, basically.
But with
Yep.
stars, I presume.
Stars and the moon and all that stuff.
Ooh, I don't think I've heard of a moon before.
Is there a moon? Does this planet have a moon?
Yes. It has a moon.
Okay. Just making sure.
Good to double check.
Yeah, it's basically like the sun, but it's a bit less bright and also kind of kind of
so
a
it's-
dim.
So it's like
Like
a
a small
secondary
sun.
sun. A small
Yes,
sun.
something like that. Something like that.
A little sun.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
It's a lot less bright though. So, but you can't see to its light.
So only the sun is bright enough to light the day then.
To light the whole area, yeah. And you don't need fires, and you don't need lanterns, and you don't need any of that. Just kind of every place is lit up, you know.
Yeah. Wow. It's so. I mean, I want to see the sun one day. Maybe.
Yeah.
Behind you can hear the soft murmuring of a conversation and the soft footfalls of two individuals stepping into the garden. And Nix and Lyra, you also see what I described as great splendor of different like night flowers illuminated by the strange luminescence of the mist being lit from within, and these great statues frozen in different kinds of snarls and grotesques kind of expressions. A few bushes through a few trees, but also droves of different kinds of night flowers.
Oh, I think we have company.
The good kind or the bad kind?
I haven't decided yet.
Oof.
You just walk a little bit into it, Nix and Lyria, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess just like talking about our encounters with our respective people that we wanted to talk to, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Illyria kind of like mentions to Nix that, you know, she did seem odd telling me all that.
I'm sure. I mean, when you have been pent up for so long and all sense of embarrassment and such is gone out the window, what else are you going to do?
Do you think the abbot will follow you?
I don't know. He seemed curious at least, but you know.
Well, that's more than I managed to do.
You had captivated the majority of the room, Illyria. I don't think one person is necessarily a failure on your behalf.
Well, I mean, you gotta play the part, right? And they just kind of like stretches a little.
The part, Illyria? Of what? Strahd's new plaything, or the embodiment of Tatiana? Or are you Lady Illyria? Who are you trying to be here?
I mean, right now, I'm Lady Illyria. Although,
before?
scratch that lady part. Just Illyria.
Okay. And I wasn't trying to make it sound light. Well, I hope you didn't take it as a light thing when I said that Strahd is hoping that everything goes well. He has some sort of design for this night to proceed. So I hope you've got that prepared.
Well, I have some sort of idea how it's going to go.
Really? What is that?
I mean, I guess his ultimate goal would be for me to, like, join him, although, you know, I wish to go to... Larry just kind of, like, looks around, being a little bit wary about talking in this place. I just want to figure this whole thing out. And I hope I can just say that.
I'm here for you, Illyria. As I promised I would be. I just hope you figure it out before it's too late.
There's a lot I want to talk about, but let's get out of here. First.
Well, look up there. It looks like our good friend Mr. Hairdo and Hamati is over there, so...
What's with you and his hair anyway?
How can you not be an ally? How are you not?
I mean...
No, he's right. My hair is quite wonderful.
Right?
My hair is also quite on for flame it up again.
Sure, I mean, you got it blonded.
His hair is nice, but I guess I was quite excited about it when we first met too, so...
I mean, you've grown up with him. You've seen it before. I am still kind of getting used to it. And
I wouldn't quite say grown up with. We've just seen each other.
well, sure, but around people that look like this. I have
Yeah.
not. Neither has Amatia, so... Of course we're going to
understand.
react like it's a shiny bauble. Not to be too on the nose that.
I don't think I could quite forget how, like, everybody reacted to Asphodel either.
Well, I mean, I
Which,
did
to be
go out.
fair, Asphodel wasn't on fire, but...
True. I mean,
I think there's lots of things you haven't seen here.
Oh, wait, Fad, hold this position. And Hamatia will use Druidcraft in order to make a puff of wind to make his hair flow.
Oh shit! I kind of go along with it.
like a slow motion entry kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like you two are having fun.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
too much fun, right?
I mean,
just
even if we are, what's it got to do with you?
no. I mean, it's just this is where we are.
Oh yes, absolutely. Even though, nah.
I must say your boyfriend throws quite the party though. He kind of downs his drink.
Don't call him that.
Can I determine if that is drunk?
Well, wait, what's your vitality score?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Minus
That's a
one.
16.
A
Plus 3.
16? Okay, I mean, tipsy, but he's fine.
Yeah, I'm buzzed. I'm okay.
So that just curious here. I mean, it is a party, I guess, but at the same time, you have just literally been given a job to protect Illyria, and you leave her side, and you get slightly drunk. Is this what you
I'm not
tend to
drunk.
do?
I'm drinking is part of this job. You can't be in a pod like this without drinking. And also, I was leaving her with a very person who was protecting her, and he's quite powerful. So I think she would have been fine.
Can we not have an assigned bodyguard for Lee at any given time? That sounds like a chore.
Illyria is fine to protect herself, in my opinion.
Of course
But
she is. She's
the
like the
West-
best fighter here.
She makes questionable decisions, but ultimately her heart is true.
Aww. The nicest thing you've said today.
It's probably the nicest thing you'll ever say about me. You're not wrong.
It's like trying to protect Sophia. Like it's Sepul.
So Sophia?
Sure, she's my, I guess, cousin in a sense, but at the same time, it's a little kind of loose with the Vestani. She looked up to me. I suppose she still does. But she's very young, ambitious, and looking to catch the eye of, well, anyone that she looks up to, I suppose. But she also makes questionable decisions too. And keeping track of that is like a younger person. But I'm sure, just like she did, she will, Illyria, you will come to make better decisions one after the other. So long as we live it.
I don't think it's a matter of decisions. I think it's a matter of communication between all of us. A lot of us, we hold out some information which the others might want to
We should
know.
have a nice long talk out of here.
Yeah, and I'm also talking about in an emotional level as well. I think there's a lot of pent-up energy here, which is never
What
good.
do you mean?
I don't know, it just feels like you're very tense people.
I think the mortal danger makes me tense, if I'm honest.
I mean, obviously, mortal danger makes everyone tense, but even more than that, even if you find calm places, there's always this sense of uneasiness.
Yeah, I think that's the mortal danger too, you know?
Might be,
Yeah.
but I mean, do any of us really trust each other?
Trust each other. I just met you guys.
No, of course not. You're not out of this conversation.
I do trust all of you,
Do you?
although I can't blame you for not trusting me.
Different kind of perspective here. It's not like I think that any of you are going to actively betray any of us. It's more about dealing with the unexpected consequences of actions. And it happens. two different things. I trust that you will not stab me in the back, but at the same time, I don't necessarily trust you to ensure that every decision you make is for the best of everyone involved. Nor do I expect you to. I expect you to be true to your word, and that I have trust in.
I don't know you well enough to say that I trust you completely, if I'm going to be perfectly honest on you. But I'm trying my best to do so despite certain impulses. I wish that in the future I can wholeheartedly say that I trust you, but it takes time, which we simply didn't have yet.
It's been less than a week, Amatir.
I know.
Just be
Oh.
grateful we are where we are now, after everything that we've been through in such a short amount of time.
Oh, no. I got him up on a few things, but you might want to catch us both up on a few things, like why were you so, mortified by the presence of a certain person there?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Do
Nix
you
looks
or
around first.
Mhm.
Can you see Eris chilling out over there?
Yeah, faintly so, yeah.
Illyria can fill you in. I'll go ensure that your words are kept to yourselves.
Doesn't
Be
seem
right
like
back.
she's listening to us, if that's what you're talking about.
You can never be too sure of that. I admire your
honestly, I don't
naivety,
trust them.
but
Well,
here
I think
things are a
It's
little
actually
different.
naivete, but sure, you can say that.
I'm not sure talking about anything here is a good idea, but I guess.
Alright. As you kind of settle in this beautiful garden, and Nyx walks over to this little fenced-in area where Ares is sitting on the banks in front of this beautiful little lily pond. Going to end tonight's episode. Of course, the mother misery.
Oh, the misery!